Hello. Hello, Emiliano. How you doing? Oh my gosh, Tony's here. Hello, Tony. Yeah, oh, Emiliano. How you all doing? I hope you're doing well. Oh my gosh. Harvey. You know, it'd be really weird if I hoped you weren't doing well. I always say I hope you're doing well, but I feel like that should be a given, you know. Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh, we're building gobbos today. And if you want to know what a gobbo looks like, just look. I drew a gobbo a couple of days ago on my chalkboard, and it's right there. Where's a gobbo? I'm joking, that's Raya. I didn't get time to change things. I say I didn't get time. Oh my gosh, I've been really... I've been struggling to focus recently. It's like just hours of passing by without me even realising. I'm like, what have I even done? I've done nothing. I've even been wasting it watching shorts or stuff like that. I've just been like, oh no. Oh no. Distracted I am. I'm just always distracted. Oh. Do you want to see what we're building today? Boss Handcam. Are you with us? It's gobbos. It's warmer today. There we go. Nice one. How are you doing, Cupcake? You doing well? Yeah. We're building gobbos. Yeah. Look at them. It almost looks like I've just loaded a picture, doesn't it? Rather than anything else. Maybe the camera's... Is the camera not straight? I don't think it is the most straight. Okay, I think that's a little better. I try setting up these cameras before stream, you know, but it takes a little finagling. A little finagling. What's the finagling? What does finagling mean? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna Google what's finagling mean.
We as gobbos, times for stabbing.
Finagling. How do you even spell finagling? Finagling. Obtained by dishonest or devious means. Okay, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not finagling. I'm finagling. Oh my gosh. I'm not being distracted. I was just maneuvering it. Oh my gosh. Okay, that just teaches you. Sometimes you think you know what a word means, but look at that little grumpy face. Look at that little grumpy moon. It's a little grumpy moon. It's got a big nose and a big eye and a big grumpy mouth. If you move an eye and nose to here, then it looks like it's got a big smile and downward tusks. And just look here. Move this box over just a little bit more. And a gobbo face! Look at a gobbo face. Look at this gobbo drawing. It's a gobbo. Warhammer for Old World. That's what we're doing today. Warhammer. Oh, look how dark my hand looks. Oh my gosh, my hand is a void into ever darkness. My hand is a void into forever darkness. Howdy, Cupcake, my love. How you doing, Nathan? Is we playing the Crooked Moon Gits on this of Scarsnick in it? No, these aren't Scarsnicks or Crooked Moon. What we're doing, we're building some night gobbos, but they're going to be off my own little tribe I call the Red Loons. The Red Loons. Oh my gosh, it's Talan. Hello, Talan. There's no rat thing here today. We got rid of it. Look at it. Look at it. Warhammer the Old World. Yeah, when I paint these up, I'm going to paint them with red cloaks instead. Yeah, we're not going to be Scarsnicks, lads. They're just going to be some night gobbos from a different tribe. They're going to be ones that are red and they're helping aid the Face Smasher clan. No, the Janky Foot clan. And it's Face Smasher who leads them, but the clan, the tribe is called the Janky Foot because I just thought that would be hilarious. Are you using the Gloves of Eternal Dark? No, it's because what happened... Okay, if I put my camera settings to my normal settings, right? This is what happens to this image. Yeah, it looks really weird. You can barely tell what's going on. I'll bring up the white balance a little bit. Yeah, it just looks terrible. I mean, if I put this down, there we go. Maybe it looks a bit better now. Change some of this lighting. I told you not to use a cuff. There we go. My gloves look fine. It's just trying to get the images here fine. Looking correct. Maybe I'll just turn this light off entirely. Okay, that looks a little better. Yeah, that looks closer to reality. The issue is now, it's actually quite dark for me. This is roughly the correct lighting for you guys. Also, let me just check. It's not broken for... No, frame rate's still fine, I suppose. We are haunted, you should know. We're not haunted. Wow, look, there's my board. Let me move my board slightly. There we go. And there's the Gobbos. That's what we're building today. I already opened the box up. I've not had time to really clean up my desk since last time, so I've still got bits and pieces like these flamer sprues from last time. Oh, but here we go. I should have had time this week, but, you know, for some reason, I've just been really struggling to keep up with anything. Okay, but yeah, here's all the Gobbo pieces we've got. We've got some normal, we've got some Gobbo legs. We've got some Gobbo hands. We got some Gobbo spears. We're not building the spear boys today. We're going to build 40 archers. 40 archers! And, yeah, there's the archery bows. And there's, look, he's got little 2 fingers and a little arrow in that hand. A little arrow in that hand. Oh, there's a big knife. And look, even more arrows. Not arrows. Bows. And there's some leggy legs. Oh my gosh, look at that. There's a little snotling. There's a little snotling, a super tiny little Gobbo. I never knew that. Oh, we could make a little snotling army. We can make a little snotling army. Okay, maybe small snotling first. And then you've got this stuff over here that seems a bit gruesome. You got some handy pandies. Handy pandy. Oh, is that a skeleton arm? Where's a skeleton arm? There's a horse head, skeleton horse head, and there's some. That's an orc head. That's a human head. That's a whatever. That's a little drum stick with a skull on it. And there's some arms. And oh no, it's not a drumstick. It's a tambourine. Oh, it's got a little tambourine. A tambourine. Oh my gosh. Stabby night gobbles. Is this London? Very London code. We're not doing stabbies. We're going to make them shootish ones. We're going to make archery ones. Going to have 40 other stabby ones later. I think he stole this spell from some Skaven. That looks like a Skaven bell. Got a little Skaven symbol on and everything. Oh my gosh. He's been stealing from Skaven. And we got some ladders. Some butt ladders. And there's another skull. That's another Skaven symbol. Oh my gosh. We're just stealing from the Skaven. And there's a bad moon thing. And there's a random hand that we cut off something. And there's some random hair. Here. Ripped out Patrick. With a cut, with a drip. Ripped out Patrick with a cut, with a drip. Oh my gosh. Hello. Greetings. How art thou? Hey, archery is stabby just from a distance. It's stabby from a distance. So we got another one of those spoos. Oh, we got another one. Oh, wait. These are the body parts. We missed the body parts. There's the bodies. And there's the heads. Look at that head. Look at the big noses. Can we see from the side? Can you see the big noses? There's the big nose. Those Gobbos are big noses. All the better to smell where you're hiding. And there's a little mushroom. There's little mushrooms. Banwy is here. Hello. Yeah, oh, Banwy. How you doing? And there's another little grot. And then there's just lots more of those things. You got some shields. Well, we don't have any symbols on. I guess you have to paint your own symbols onto them. Because I think that's definitely where they're meant to be holding. That's why it's got a little hole off the back. But let's go through all of them. Maybe one of these spoons does have the symbols. I guess there's a transfer. I guess you must have to transfer your symbols onto them. Yeah. Oh, look, there's a little stubby knife here. Not a very good stubby knife. Look, it's all curved. No little arrow. Enough scaven symbols for conversion. Oh my gosh, Talan's having thoughts. Talan's thinking. That's never a good thing. Okay, let's look. Let's look. There we go. So there's the Bad Moon clan transfers. Oh my gosh, so bright. And there's some little eyes. So these are for the shield. You can either have these and for shields or these and for shields. You can have them looking at you, or you can have them laughing at you, or you can paint your own thing, I suppose. Or we could like get the Black Templar symbols we have loads of and just stick them all over the goblins. And here's the brooches. Here's the brooches. What year is old? Wait, does this have a year coded onto it? How old are these models? Games Workshop 1998. Where does it say? Can you read that? 1998. So that's like the Games Workshop 1998. And these bases are from 2001. That's just a flyer written in I language. Just says the same thing over. And here's the instructions on how to make them. Oh my gosh, you're gonna get blinded. Don't worry, it's fine. We don't need the shields though. We're not building shieldy boys today. It's older than you. It's older than the earth itself. Yeah, a lot of these models are super old. We're selling all these. Actually, we're still selling them, but you can still get these in Age of... Right, let me compare. I've got a box from Age of Sigmar with night goblins in them. A gloom spike kit. Gloom spike kit. Let us compare these are for Age of Sigmar night goblins. Let's compare them to the old world ones. Do you think they use the same sprue? They got nets on and stuff, but they did sell net goblins separately before. Let's compare them. Ooh. I want to make sure I'm getting the correct sprues out here. So there's for 12 sprues, there for 12 sprues. Here we go, Gobbo sprues at the back. There for the squig hoppers. Oops. And here we go, here's a Gobbo. Ooh, the Gobbo sprues are... When are these ones rated from? 2006, actually, these ones are from. I should probably change the camera focus now because we're not as high up. There you go. Grab down it. There you go, that seems focused. Apply, okay. Actually, I should probably hold it here and try to focus onto it. There you go, 2006. Are you building night goblins? And I am a night goblin. Yeah, night goblin. Hello, doodle. Let's compare two identical forks. Okay, yeah, no, these are definitely different kits because you can see these ones aren't spares. These shields have the hands connected to them, and the Bad Moon symbol is built onto the shield. These ones are from before Age of Sigmar. So this, yeah, these are the Goblin Fanatics. I think the Fanatic kit came out later, but you can see they've got the nets. They've got smaller goblins that are much more simple if they don't have heads separately. Oh no, they don't for Fanatic Kit. For Fanatic Kit is different. These are like the... Anyway, this is still for Nectar Kit. The bows are smaller. The hands are smaller. Everything's smaller about them. Like, if we compare this goblin body here with this goblin body here, it's, yeah, the legs are way bigger on the old night goblins. And the heads are also... Where's the heads? The heads are way bigger. Yeah, the heads are like almost the same size as the new night goblins. Oh, that's interesting to know. But these night goblins are like way more expensive. I thought this came with 20 night goblins in the pack, didn't it? That's only 10. Oh no, that is 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Where's the 20th? Where's the 20th night goblin in this kit? Oh wait, there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, 20. Yeah, okay, there's 20 night goblins there on a single sprue. Uses less sprues as well to make them. Okay, putting this box away. They are smaller but still as evil. I think the models are higher detail and stuff for newer ones. And I think the size is definitely more accurate to how big night goblins should be. But I do like the oversized limbs and hands on very old greenskin models. I think there's something just kind of fitting about it. So, anyway, need to open this up. 20 bases right here, I imagine. 2001 these bases are from. I say these are from. I doubt the plastic itself is this old. But when the kits were designed, the year written on them is when the kits were first printed. Or first began printing, rather. Okay, actually, since we're going to build them with bows, the best way to build them is actually like this. So you have them wide. Actually, no, they've got bows, so they do arced fire, so you can actually have them set up like... Wait a minute, how many bases are in here? There's so many bases. How many Gobbos are you meant to be building? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give us 23 bases. Let me check the box. How many Gobbos does it say on the box? 40 Citadel miniatures. We can build way more than 40. They did invent the square in 2001. It's true. The square never existed until that year. That's why the pyramids were all triangular shaped. Because they didn't have the square yet. If they did have the square back then, they would have built just a massive square block. You know, but they didn't. Like, the square buildings didn't really start appearing. So rectangular already did appear, but square didn't appear. Buildings didn't start appearing until after 2001. Truly cubic ones. Just look when Blender first came out. The default cube, which is square also. Square sides. Would have come out earlier, but you know. What am I even talking about? I don't know. I'm confused. I'm a confused little egg. I'm a confused little cupcake. Oh gosh. Oh dude, do you want to know what I've been looking at today? I've been looking at armor again. Armor and weapons. I've just been like, okay, how Because I mean, just trying to design this board game, right? I don't know why I'm suddenly so focused on designing a board game, but I have been. And I've been trying to figure out a balance between realism and, you know, game mechanics. And, oh gosh, I should really focus the camera in onto them, shouldn't I? There we go, that looks a lot more focused. There we go, there's 5 little bodies. 5 little bodies. No, 5 little leggies. No, 5 little bodies. Oof. Yeah. But one of the things it's like, so I got these guys, it's like, okay, for armor, this is how many points they cost and stuff. And then I was like trying to compare them to stuff, and they just got they were just overpowered for guys in armor. I was like, the amount of points that I need to spend to make them equal just didn't feel realistic. So, but then I figured out a way around it. If you give certain weapons, like a trait that allows them to be, well, for expensive weapons, they can actually get through or do more damage to people in armor. You also need a balancing game. Fun. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to balance. I'm trying to balance the realistic side with the fun side. Now, I do find fun in realism, personally. So, well, then I was like, ooh, if you give like guns and stuff a trait that makes them more powerful. I've got a head. I'm ahead of the curve. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, I need to figure out, what do they have in each squad? Like, do we have a banner bearer in each squad? Do we have a sausage bearer in each squad? I want the biggest little hoods in each of by everyone. But yeah. So you have to give them like a trait that gives them like bonuses to trying to wound and stuff, and to make it harder to survive the attack, even if you've got armor on. Okay, now go opening up. There we go. Old world builder. Tell me. The red loonies. The red loonies. Okay, we got a sticker mob. There we go. Gobbo arrow mob. What's in them? They've got a boss and a musician. They've all got sharp bows. They've all got hand weapons. No standard. No netters. Nothing like that. Okay, that's good. That's good. Oh, does poison work on tabletop as in Total War 3? No, poison. I can't remember what poison does. It's a very rare thing on tabletop. I think it's if you roll a 6, you automatically wound. Do you want me to check, actually? I can just check. Old world builder. I'll go my old world builder. Because you can't get like poison stuff with that's easy. Like, I can't just make my entire squads all have poison. Actually, maybe there'll be a banner if I can give them poison. War banner, the angry spider banner is here. Poisoned attack special rule. Poisoned attacks. If a model with poisoned attacks rolls a natural 6 and making a roll to hit, they will automatically wound. With this special rule. When making both shooting and combat attacks. Or both shooting and combat attacks, yeah. If you got poisoned, it will usually affect all of your weapons unless specified. Any spells cast by models are unaffected by the poison, as are any attacks made with magic weapons. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can use a spider, but you can use magic banners to give the effects, but you can only do that to one squad. And I think you can upgrade certain characters with poisoned attacks, and maybe that they give their squad poison. But it's a lot rarer. But it's a lot more powerful. I say it's a lot more powerful. It's a lot more powerful in terms of directly dealing damage. A lot less powerful in terms of everything else. Also, hello, Anthony. No notification for YouTube. And you know... Oh, your Discord alarm didn't go off. I sure you don't have Do Not Disturb on. Well, hello, Anthony. How you doing? Okay. So, we don't need a banner. We need a guy that leads a squad. So, and we need a musician. You know, I will have a musician in this squad. Be a guy who's stolen a bell. And he'll have a... He'll have a little club with a skull on it. We got a little club with a skull on it. You want to know, Anthony, do you know how old this kit is? And if not, do you want to know how old this kit is? What year it was originally produced? Shouldn't have to. I haven't touched anything since yesterday and it worked then. You're blamed for weather. Oh no, the weather. The weather is so mean. Okay, we now need a guy. Oh, look at the little snotling. Auntie, you didn't see the little snotling earlier. Oh, snotling. Okay, and I guess the guy who leads a squad will give a sword. Yeah, we'll give him a little sword. And his other arm shall be one of the bow arms. One of the bow arms. Look at all the gaps. Look at all the... There's no gaps. There's no gaps. It's probably 90s. Yeah, 98! 98 is when this is from. It's ancient. Like, the basis of them 2001. Well, that actually makes sense because of the original basis of these models were 20mm bases, but now from 25mm. For Old World, they decided to up the size of all the bases to give you more room to do what you want with your models. Okay, this guy. This is gonna be the boss. And which head do we want for the boss? Not that one, that was boring. Not this one, that was boring. This one, he's got a little bone in his head. Oh, he's like Mel! You know, Sideshow Mel from The Simpsons. He's got a little bone in his head. But you know, actually I prefer this dude because he's got big ears. The guy with the biggest ears is the one in charge. I went for gaps and for sprue, by the way. Oh! Yeah, for less than... Yeah, these ones. This is not as bad as the other ones we were making for original Gobbos. They did other normal ones, not night Gobbos. The normal ones just had nothing on the sprue effectively. So much wasted polystyrene. That's what this is. The plastic's just polystyrene. Did you know that? Obviously not polystyrene foam, just... more mundane, normal polystyrene. There we go. The original Paleo Republican. What's that? Da, 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 da. Oh my gosh, I need to open a window if I've not got one already open. It's boiling in here. We had a couple of days of snow. And then it decided it goes hot again. Dawn weather. It's controlled by the corporations. if we want to just get people buying all sorts of things. Like one day we'll be buying umbrellas, and the next day we're having to be buying like anti-snow stuff, and the next day we're going to have to buy sunscreen. Definitely took control of the weather. Definitely not a conspiracy theory. Oh, where did I put the bell? Oops. Oh, there it is. The bell, it tolls for you. It tolls for all of us eventually. I'm a genius. He's got a head. He's got a head off a curve. I already made a joke today, but who wonders? Night parade. You're getting your butt sliced and singed by a 25-meter long Carnotaurus with a sword for a tail, which is also on fire, hence the singeing and slicing. What's going on with you? What's happening? I think Sideshow Bob is pretty obviously written as a highly educated. Oh! Highly educated conservative. Wait, is he conservative? I thought it was meant to be more liberal. That being said, I always assumed he was gay or something until they finally gave him a wife and a kid. I was like, oh, he does have a wife and a kid. Well, then you had that one weird episode of Ned Flanders. That was weird. I don't think that was a canonical episode. Monster Hunter in a nutshell. Oh, Monster Hunter! You're being singed in Monster Hunter. I was like, oh my gosh, what sort of stuff are you getting yourself involved in? You know what? Maybe the knife. We got the knife for stabbing. Wheezy stabbing. Come on. Come on. We got the knife. We got the stabbing knife. We got the stabbing knife. We gotta be careful. Then we got his little shooty bow. Oh my gosh, the head's so big it makes it hard to stick anything else onto the model. Oh my god. I can see why they redesigned them. Why they decided the head doesn't need to be so big. The head and the hands are just so large, it can't be the same place. It can't be near one. This body is not big enough for the three of us. You're getting your spine break with a Slim Jim by a Rashang. What's a Rashang? Oh, are you also playing Monster Hunter? Oh wait, Sideshow Bob! Sideshow Bob! I was thinking about Sideshow Mouse, sorry. Yeah, Sideshow Bob's definitely conservative. He's written basically as Fraser if Fraser's life went very differently. And he had much crazier hair. Oh, sorry. Yeah, definitely. Sideshow Mel is the guy with a bone in his head. Sideshow Bob is the guy who wants to kill. No, he wants Fee Bart Fee. Die Bart die. Fee Bart Fee. I've been watching lots of Simpsons recently. Although I finally caught up to everything that was on Disney Plus. I need to open my window. Oh my gosh, it's warm. No wonder it's warm. You're playing Monster Hunter 2. Oh my gosh, Gunlands with no armor challenge right now. Oh my gosh, so does that mean you're armed with a lance and a gun? My radiator was on, no wonder it was so warm. Oh my gosh. Sideshow Mel, I love you. No German could ever do anything bad. Yeah, no German could do anything bad. If it's German, it must be great. That was a fun episode. Frasier. Frasier. When I was young, when I was little rather, my mother had a workplace where it was very informal, and they had an attic in the workplace with TV and a dartboard and stuff. And like in the school holidays, I'd just be sitting in this attic watching Frasier because it was on what's it called? One of the few fun TV shows that it had access to. And throwing darts. It was a fun time. Ding ding ding, the dinner bell is ready. This guy's just gonna be like ringing the dinner bell for all of the bad guys. Look at that little dude. Look at that little dude. Night Goblins kinda sucked, to be honest. Like, on a 1-to-1 level with normal goblins, Night Goblins are objectively worse. And the primary reason for this... Only Nose, hello, how you doing, Only Nose? Oh my gosh, you've named Only Nose, and you got a polar bear nose in your profile picture. Which monster hunter? And is it a regular angry monkey or an angry monkey? Angry monkeys! No! I don't want my monkeys. Stop the monkey trying to attack us all. I haven't watched Frasier in ages, to be honest. No, I can't blame you. I've not watched Frasier in ages either. It was just something I did when I was very young. Like, when I was a sweet, innocent. Hello, Merca. How's it going? We're building night couples. It's going. You tell him. You tell him, Cupcake.
We as Gobbos. Times for stabbing.
It's times for stabbing. You know what? I should probably use my precision clippers. I need to get some of those Gundam God Hand clippers or something. But they're so expensive. They're like 50 quid for a pair. I don't want to spend 50 quid on a pair of clippers. These precision clippers are good enough. These clippers are a lot nicer on my hands, so if I'm doing a lot of clipping, quite a lot less force. Okay, for 4th arrow. There you go. That's 3 sets of. I just need one more hand. The way this is actually clipped to a sprue is very difficult, because it's a very thin piece of plastic connecting it, and the part where I have to cut's almost right next to the arrowhead. I just came back from listening to Fire by Ohio players, Lady Magnolia, and Deyasa Iudiza? Did I say that? I probably butchered that, but Deyasa Iudiza. Monster Hunter Rise. Oh my gosh. Monster Hunter. I don't know the differences between the Monster Hunters. Which one's the best monster? Oh my gosh, random hair. Go away, hair. Okay, well, attach some arrows. Some bows, sorry. And then once we've done this, we'll give them the clippers. The best one is the one you hunt monsters in. Oh, I don't think any of them is where you actually went to hunt monsters. I think that's just like the game name rather than the game actually what you do. It's like Resident Evil. You're not a resident of evil in Resident Evil. You're actually like a good guy. And in Skyrim, you're not doing Skyrims. The place is just named Skyrim. I think Monster Hunter's very similar. You're just in a place named Monster Hunter. I think the job is to actually be kind to monsters and to like get pets and to give them big cuddles because they're also adorable, except any monkey ones, in which case you just slaughter them. That's not hunting though. That's just mass destruction. Skyrim is as Skyrim does. I have been thinking about maybe doing a thing. Because the last update destroyed mods and stuff, I was thinking about maybe just doing a vanilla Skyrim challenge. And what we do is we can't level up anything other than oh, what do you call it? We can't level up. Oh, but you gotta go rest now. Okay, bye-bye, Mercury. It was nice having you here. Bye-bye. It was nice of you to pop in. Oh, my world is the most accessible, rises from the previous engine, and it strains a little. Oh. Okey dokey. Oh no, I was thinking about doing a mission. Not an Iron Man mode, but the way you only are allowed to level up. A challenge, not mission. Can you beat Skyrim as a homeless man that needs skooma? I mean, that's just pretty much Skyrim normal. Also, we did play Skyrim as a homeless woman, as a homeless mad woman who was addicted to skooma. And we even made her a skooma dealer. She became a skooma dealer. I remember I made a mod that allowed us to make some really bad skooma that, really hurt people and was a poison and even more addictive. And she sold it to everybody in Bruma. You remember that, don't you? Yeah. That was last time we played Skyrim. No, this time we're playing Skyrim as... Can you beat Skyrim only using sneak? Only leveling up sneak and pickpocket. You're not allowed to level up anything else. Nothing else. You can't even level up speech. You're not allowed to trade or sell. You're not allowed to use any weapons. No magic allowed. You can use shouts as long as they don't level up any skills when you use them. So destruction shouts are not allowed because they actually level up your destruction, I believe, when you use them. Do you think we will get Elder Scrolls 6? Yeah, we've already working on Elder Scrolls 6. I don't think it'll be... I don't really have any faith in it. Bethesda has not done much to give me faith in anything that they're doing lately. I'm not even sure it's going to be good for mods. Because Fallout 4 was relatively difficult to mod for a while. But then they've just been doing these horrible updates of the Creation Club stuff with a Skyrim and Fallout 4. And it breaks almost every single mod. You're having modders just quitting it. Partly because I've seen modders quit for two reasons in general. The first reason is, you know, the Skyrim updates just being so incredibly pointless, adding more bugs to the game, and all these stupid Creation Club things being very lazy add-ons, lots of them. Every update's just breaking every mod that they make. And the second is just generally the modding community can be quite toxic. So when you do make a mod, then people are like, update. It's like, I have... What do you mean? Todd will personally hunt us all down before releasing the game. Possibly. I don't know. I'm going to try keeping an open mind, but I'm not going to get my hopes up about it. I have more hopes in the Skyrim community in general, the Elder Scrolls community in general. Although even then, that seems to have shrunk quite rapidly, thanks to the last few things occurring. Oh, look at that, oh man. Now none of them want to stand up. That's fine. Two. Aha! Yeah. Gobbo gobbo. Oh, I don't know. Where is it set again? Is it in Hammerfell? The place where the Akiri and stuff came from. Back here. Whatever they are. The guys with scimitars. The red something. Red guard. Or is it the one set in with the Bretons higher up? Seeing as Starfield was a flop in both story and design, what do you think they would do to drop the ball harder in Elder? Well, I don't know. Skyrim, for me, was a flop on release. I know a lot of people loved it, and a lot of the things they loved were things that were broken about the game. Like, the game was so broken up on release that it ended up making it more popular. Like, the horses walking up mountains, the restoration glitch, the fact that everything just bugged out half the time and just broke the engine, like bugs crashing into carts, like a bee crashed into your car, it went flying about the place. Oh, see, hello, Sleepy Takadachi, how you doing? I believe they design a sword so ugly that you makes you cry with your tears. Okay, that's already the Skyrim Iron Sword. I'm joking. No. But then mods made Skyrim amazing, but vanilla Skyrim felt incredibly empty, especially before the DLC release. Vanilla Skyrim felt very, very empty, very, very broken, and had a lot of it just didn't feel great. But once you started modding it, it became a very, very cool game, and I liked it. So, I don't know. Fallout 4, I believe that they did a lot better with it. Like, the game world didn't feel as empty. I didn't feel like I needed about 20 mods just to make the game feel playable for me. There's a fear that they refused to release Elder Scrolls 6 because Elder Scrolls Online was doing so well. By the way, Elder Scrolls Online is actually quite good. No, it's not a Bethesda. It's not a Bethesda game. It's made by a different company. Also, I don't think that's the truth at all. It's just Bethesda only works on one game at a time. The games that they actually produce, they only do one game at a time. So it's Fallout, then it's Elder Scrolls Online, and then it's well, it was actually Elder Scrolls, not Online. Sorry, Elder Scrolls. Then it was Fallout. Then it was Starfield. Then it will be Elder Scrolls again, then it'll be Fallout, and then it'll be another game. But they only do one at a time, and they effectively only start development on one once the other's finished. And everything needs so many bug fixes that development's never really... No, the main reason I believe that they haven't released it yet is the Creation Club. The Creation, as much as we dislike the Creation Club, it is popular enough that people that it's making some money. They are making bank from Creation Club content, as much as we might dislike it. And as long as they're making bank from Skyrim at the moment, then they have no real incentive to release the next Elder Scrolls game, especially if it's going to be a disappointment, which, knowing their lack of engine updates, probably will be. I guess the issue with Fallout 4 upon release is that many of it bugs. Like Skyrim's bugs, some of them were game-breaking, but most of them were really fun, even for game-breaking ones. Fallout 4 had a bunch of bugs that were absolutely game-breaking, and none of them were fun. Also, hello, Blossom of the Thorns. Oi! I heard you is building gits. I is building gits. Welcome. We're building these gits. We're building these mad lads, and they got little bows and big heads and big hands. And they from these guys. Oh wait, how old are? What year is it? These guys are 26 years old. 26-year-old gobbos are building. And we're giving them our bows. I've got so much Heresy Blood Angels to build. I've got so much. I've got a bunch of Imperial Guardsmen and so many Black Templar to build, and a bunch of Dwarves, and a bunch of what's it called? Orcs and Goblins. I'm probably going to do a stream this week. That's just going to be a work-along stream, so I don't have to worry about Handcam. I'm just going to build stuff. The potential release of ES6 is what is keeping the company alive. I'm not sure it is. I think it's that people still play out Fallout 4. Fallout 4 and Skyrim are still popular games, and they still make money from them. That's what keeps it behind. And people say that Starfield was a flop, and yes, it wasn't as big as Fallout 4 or Skyrim, but it was still relatively big. I mean, when it released, it was such a big hit that it could completely change the it changed the streaming thing. It's like almost every single video was about Starfield, whether you loved it or hated it. People were playing Starfield, making videos on it, buying the game up. It sold a lot of copies. The company made more than enough money from Starfield, and it probably will do. It probably still will continue to make money. It wasn't as big a hit as the previous games, but that shouldn't be surprising, and I don't think they expected it to be as big of a hit, because the previous games was built... Fallout is built on decades of people playing that series of games. Fallout 4, if it was the worst game ever made, would have still been a hit. Skyrim, if it was the worst game ever made, would have still been a hit. It would have just sold so many copies. Starfield was a lot more experimental. Skyrim always feels a little lax environmental storytelling. You were in a land in Civil War being attacked by dragons, but it didn't feel like it in most places. Everything disconnected. Yeah, that's one of the things I didn't like. That's why one of the first mods I added in was the Civil War mod. That makes all of these factions, you know, fight and stuff, and new event mods and stuff, so on. Just a very simple mods like them added so much to the game. Mod Patrol mods also did so much. Which is why I say Skyrim, I don't think it's a very good game. Vanilla, I think it's got a lot of potential, but it wasn't a finished or good game. I didn't like it. I couldn't stand Skyrim Vanilla. But as soon as I started installing mods, it became suddenly one of my favourite games of all times. But it had a good platform for making good mods with it. And this Fallout 4, I believe, was a much better game, because once the bugs were ironed out, at least the worst ones, I didn't feel like I needed mods to play Fallout 4 and have a fun time. In fact, I got a lot of hours out to Fallout 4 without ever putting a single mod on the game, not even a bug fixing mod. That's how much I enjoyed the game. Starfield felt awful. I think there was a free weekend prior to launch, and I just felt immediately repulsed by how bad it felt. There aren't even updates in the game. I wish they stopped updating Skyrim and Fallout, but that's because of the creation kit. Story in Starfield is awful. Okay, I do think the story in Skyrim is also awful. And I believe the first half of the story, first quarter of the story in Fallout 4 is great. And the rest of the story kind of sucks. It felt very unfinished, the story, and not fleshed out enough.
I wrote Starfield.
I wrote Starfield. I know you did. I read Starfield. Starfield felt off. Yeah. Yeah, the story in Starfield is awful. And then I was just saying the story in the other games wasn't good either. But the thing is they were highly moddable, the parts of good stuff, and they gave you a very good base to work with when you had the mods. Once you started getting mods to fill in all of the stuff, like if for Skyrim, you needed stuff to fill out the world, to make the world feel busier, to make it feel more alive. I say you needed to, I needed it. I wouldn't unlike Skyrim otherwise, but once I got those mods in, after the first 20 mods, it sounds like a lot, but it wasn't too many. None of them were super intensive. The game suddenly felt very playable for me. And those mods were just about making the world feel a little more alive, a little less empty. And making it feel like it had a civil war and apocalypse going on. I went to the games are moddable, and if she dislikes... Wait, what's this? What's your favourite Skyrim? The story of Starfield. All previous games are... There you go. Let me reload chat. I feel like I'm missing stuff. There we go. I wonder if the games are moddable and if she dislikes Skyrims without mods. It's true. It's true. The games are moddable. I don't know. Skyrim was still very popular even without the mods. And Fallout 4 were popular. I mean, people were complaining about them. I think people over-complained about Fallout 4, mind you. I thought Fallout 4... After the initial bugs were... the worst bugs were brought out of it, because yes, the bugs it was released at launch was terrible, and every single Bethesda game suffers from them. But I think people were very critical of it. Yeah, I still think that it was a good game. With that being said, people critiqued a lot of the stuff I actually liked. Like, I loved the settlement building. It's like, sure, it could have been better, but I still loved it, even without anything. She looped again. Tanya is saying your tangents were looping again. Don't worry, my tangents are looping. They need to loop. I love my loops. Without my loops, I die. Oh. Sorry, I loop a lot. I get it from my mother. I get it from my Ground Cat Day. It's Ground Cat Day. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What am I talking about? I'm confused. No, I'm anxious now. No, I'm dead. I'm not dead. I'm joking. Does your mother also dislike Skyrim? No, my mother loops what she's saying a lot. It's like, yep, you've told me this already. You've told me this already. Although sometimes when you're talking to people, you have to repeat yourself a lot. Especially on streams as new people come in. And then it's like... And I just have to figure out, remember what I said or not. Oh, about how games are great when they are moddable and you don't like Skyrim without mods. Okay, Skyrim without mods is great. In fact, anyone who mods Skyrim, I think is a jerk. And they just hate good stuff. I'm joking. I'm joking. No. I mean, that's the thing, though. Starfield... I never played Starfield because it was such an oversight. The download for Starfield was absolutely insane. She recreated my opinion. The download size of Starfield was absolutely insane, and I think that... If that's why I've not played it, that's why I've not bought it, because it's just so big. Even once I finally upgraded my PC, I'm like, I don't really want to bother trying to download this horrible beast of a game. And if it did I don't know. I just think about myself, it's like, why did they give a 4K texture to an onion? They gave a 4K texture to an onion. You know how much a 4K texture takes up in terms of memory? You could have given it a 1K texture. No one would have noticed. 1% of a full download size. Less than. Bethesda was kind enough to let you pre-download 200 megabytes before launch. Oh my gosh. That's insane. Real life onions are 4K textures, very realistic. Real life onions don't have a texture. No, I don't know. I dislike a lot of the game. I don't think Elder Scrolls 6 is good, unless they need to completely redesign the engine. And they need to also stay more focused. I believe this is actually an issue with Todd Howard being a game director. Is that apparently he's very difficult to work with because, as I say, apparently these are things I've heard about from interviews. Like there's a story about him working on Oblivion, and he changed his course and path on it like 3 different times, causing development to get deadlocked and a lot of time, effort, and assets to be wasted, which is why there's a bunch of assets in the game that just were never used because they're half developed and then they changed their mind about what they were going to do. And it's like, did I enter into the Bethesda argument? Yeah! I don't know why we got onto Bethesda, but we did, and my opinion's too strong about Bethesda. It takes over, it tangents, and then they just say the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. Unfortunately, they scrape the scan your own onion game mechanic. That's the thing. I would 100% play NMS over Starfield. Wait, what's NMS? Sorry, No Man's Sky. If I wanted a Bible about in a galaxy that feels empty due to scale, I would probably play No Man's Sky. Yeah, but I did see No Man's Sky got an. I do want to play No Man's Sky. I've heard it's really good now. One of the things I did really like about that advertised a lot for Starfield was the customizable ships and building your own ship and having a crew and, all of that stuff. And then I've never heard about, after release, I've not heard about it. My friend who got Starfield and was really excited about the ship mechanics also never really spoke much about it afterwards. I'm like, were they not as good as they made it appear in the trailer? But because I never heard much about those mechanics again, I just never bothered with it. I should ask my friend about those mechanics. Because my favourite DLC, I think, is still listed as mixed on Steam for Fallout 4. And it's the Automatron DLC. My opinion, Bethesda sucks recently, and yeah, that's the same. That's what we've been saying. No hope for Elder Scrolls 6. I'm hoping the modding community can save it, but the modding community seems to become really toxic, and a lot of the best mod developers have quit it. I can make my own mods, mind you, but my main thing is like, it's one of the reasons we've not played Skyrim or Fallout 4 on the channel again is because of the updates to the game, and that just destroyed every single mod I built, and I just can't be bothered trying to fix it. And especially for mods that rely on other mods, and some of them have updated, some of them haven't, and it's like, it demoralized me. I'm like, why did they do this to an ancient game? Why did they do this to a game that's like as old as, like twice as old as potatoes? In the rat we trust in the rat. Trust me, Tess will be amazing. I saw it in a dream. Yeah. I should play No Man's Sky. For all other games like Skyrim that's come out, but none of them have really had the same mixture of modability, but also the same sort of play style, like where it really just focuses in on the roleplay of a single character, where you make your own story.
We must optimize the Skyrim so it can work on your smart fridge and original Game Boy.
Oh my gosh, original Game Boy Skyrim. That would be great. Okay, we need more big hats, but not the hats that we've already used for the command squad. So, these hats. I love this head. Have you seen this head? It's got missing teeth. It's got mission teeth. Yeah. This mission is teeth. Oh. PS6 releases and it's Skyrim again, but in 8K. Oh my gosh. That's the other thing that puts me off. They seem to be focusing on stuff that's not really important for what people actually come to Elder Scrolls and Bethesda for. But they really need to... Actually, one of the big things, I've mentioned this before on the channel, playing Fallout New Vegas really made me appreciate Bethesda a lot less. Because I noticed a bunch of assets that were in New Vegas that are literally just copy and pasted into Skyrim and Fallout 4. Just, I think maybe with slightly new textures or something, or slightly edited. But it's like the same cave textures, the same mushroom textures. They're just reusing the same models and assets on the same basic engine. It's like, you're meant to be one of the biggest game companies out there, making one of the most successful games of all time, and you just... And it just... the thing is, it makes me... I don't know. Starfield would have been better with a single star system with a few handcrafted planets rather than a galaxy of procedurally generated empty... Wait, was Starfield procedurally generated? I thought they said that they gave you a handcrafted experience. Oh, that's disappointing. I'm sure someone has done the Skyrim theme in 8 bits and 16-bit sound. It probably is still a bop. Okay, Skyrim. That's the one thing they did good about Skyrim. The bop, the music. Oh, and for the dragon language. Dovahkiin, Dovahkiin. Oh, I love that stuff. Oh, where are we? We must... I don't know. Oh yeah, but one of the things is you give them the benefit of the doubt with how big Skyrim and Fallout 4 are and how much stuff's crammed into it at times. And so you're like, okay, we've got so many bugs in, but look how many missions are made, look how many assets there are, and then you just realise, especially once you start modding it, that it's not that much.
In their tongue he is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
He is Dovahkiin. In their tongue. He is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn. Was it? Where did the header drop though? Head, come here. Give me some head. Give me the head. Go. I need the head. It's under. Ah, my headphones. I'm decapitating myself. Oh, gosh. Ow. Oh. The head. Oh my god, imagine if I released TS6, man, for Fallout fans are super degen looting death claws. Oh my gosh. Why would we loot them? But everyone has a fake TS6 is Skyrim, but everyone has a fake mustache, glasses, and the Emperor is named Bob. Bobbit. Could you imagine though if the Emperor in TS6 is legitimately just named Robert or something? I mean, that's what the king in Game of Thrones was called. He was just Bob. He was Robert Baratheon, also known as Bob. Bob the King, can he kill it? Bob the King, yes he can. Bob the King, can he loot it? Bob the King, of course he can loot it. He's a king, he loots everything. Okay, why? I just googled this relate. Oh my god, it came out in 2011. Why is it still even relevant? Skyrim is 2011. Oh my gosh, it's older than mankind. It's older than God. It's almost as old as those night goblins of the nets. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's put these guys together anyway. So, I don't know. Oh yeah. It's harder now for me to forgive author issues and flaws in Skyrim, especially after so long, even though they still update it. And in Fallout 4 and stuff, when you just realise how many of the assets are reused, how easy it is to set up missions and goals, and to make random events and stuff. And it's like, ultimately the games do feel very lazy, especially from such a big company. And I mean, you think it's not just a big company, but they own some of the biggest games in terms of doing like the games they publish. Doom, I think, is it. Dishonored is also within it, and it's just like I don't know. Bethesda is just disappointing. The signs have always been there. Skyrim set in the corner, cracking open a cold bottle of mead. Imagine being younger than Skyrim. Oh my gosh. The Zoomers are younger. That's what the new generation is going to be called, actually. It's called the Skyrim generation. Younger than Skyrim. I've heard Elder Scrolls Online is good, but the two things... Well, there's a lot of things that put me off getting Elder Scrolls Online. One is a MMO. I don't really want to do an MMO. The second is I can't really mod it. And the third is... Oh no, the gameplay feels kind of meh. Not a big fan of the gameplay loop in it. From what I've seen, mind you. That's only based on what I've seen. The Skyrimers. The Skyrimers. The Pacific Wimmers. I did play ESO when it was free for 2 days. Super fun. Nice. I tried playing the Lord of the Rings game, but my computer couldn't handle it. The MMO one. But that was years and years ago. I somehow ended up in a place with open mic and someone called me an elf slur. Oh my gosh, that's mean. There's one thing we can all agree on though, and that is Delphine sucks. No one likes Delphine. All my homies hate Delphine. If you don't know who Delphine is, she's the innkeeper in Riverwood, who is also the Blades person. And it's like... Yeah, she's bad. I shed a tear as I called him a Nord slur. Real people interacting. No! Don't call people slurs! For a moment there, I felt like I was in the game. You felt like you were in the game. Also, that's one of the things about Skyrim. That's one of the mods I ended up having to try getting hold of. And it was, you know, more immersive Winterfell, where they won't let you in if you're Kashyyyk or Argonian, and if you're a Dark Elf, everyone just calls you slurs and hates you. It's legitimately one of my mods. If you go to the Candlehearth Hall as a Dark Elf, it'll cost you like 4 times as much to rent a place or to buy anything there. It's like, yep, now I feel good. Now I feel like this is accurate Windhelm. Break into Windhelm as like a sheet and you just really got a bounty on your head. I was alive for a while before Tesserina came out. Which one's Tesserina? Isn't Terina like really ancient? Isn't like that from 1876? I'm joking. I know it's not 1876. Gets abuse hurled at you. I feel so immersed. 1994. Oh my gosh. We got an old person in chat. Old. Bald. Bald. Why am I saying bald? I was thinking old and then it was like, you know. No. Being old's great. Apparently, being old's great. You get to be a hag, and everyone loves hags nowadays. So... Oh no. Arena was the first Elder Scrolls game. It was the first one. Oh, that was the one with like infinite procedurally generated world, wasn't it? We should make another game with infinite generated world, procedurally generated world. That would be amazing. Like maybe make it an infinite generated galaxy. Oh my god. I heard the story. I heard the story. You heard what story? What story did you hear? I heard the story of how my mother hated you. And we came full circle. It was supposed to be an arena crawler, but the devs had so much fun and kept adding mechanics and towns that it ended up becoming an open world RPG. Also, when I double text, it's because my internet broke, sorry. Oh my gosh, apology not accepted. You're not allowed to do that to learn. Not allowed to have broken internets. I'm joking, you're allowed to have broken internets. Don't kill me. Don't throw books at my face. Why am I getting... There you go. Don't throw books at my face. Why is there a random skeleton arm here? That's legitimately a skeleton arm, like Tomb Kings. Vampire camps. Hiccup. He's making fun of us less internet connected, so mean. I need to eat off the cables, not your own. Don't eat your cables to learn. Oh, I've been having so much spaghetti recently. I've started to feel everything as spaghetti. This spoo here, spaghetti. Now. Maybe it's like Cat from Reach. Maybe it's a prosthetic. Are you insulting the crippled there, Cupcake? I'm not. What are you doing to me? No. I'm just having some nom-noms. Also, I want to have another hand that's not holding onto anything. Oh no. She hates the poor people. I don't. It's just that Gobbos don't usually have skeleton arms. Get on. Okay, it's not a hand. Give him a spear hand. Cut off the spear. Give him a sword hand. Yawn. Okay, I'll give him a spear arm. And then I'll cut out the spear here. Oh, I know what's going on here. Oh! This is a banner thing for multiple factions. If you look, you might not be able to tell. The camera might not do high enough quality here. Actually, let me change the zoom on it so you can see. Oh, darn it. Everything everywhere. There you go. That's a Skaven arm. Not a goblin arm or a banner bearer. That's a zombie arm or skeleton arm for a banner bearer. And that's a night goblin arm for a banner bearer. That That's a Skaven symbol. That's a vampire count symbol. That's a goblin drummer. That's a vampire count drummer. That must have been... Oh, that must mean this guy has furry arms. He does have furry arms. Those are Skaven arms. That's a Skaven arm. And yeah, that's a Skaven arm. I got some glue on him. Oh, that's why there's a Skaven bell in this set. And that's for Goblin Musician. These banners could be for any of them, but that's probably for vampire accounts. That could be for any of them. That could be for any of them. Oh. Oh, and that's the... This is skull bongos! There's skull bongos, a skeleton to be holding, or a zombie to be holding. Skull bongos. Bam 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 ba bam ba bam ba bam ba bam ba bam. Ba-dum 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 ba-dum. Oh. This makes so much more sense. I never realised. I never realised. I'm gonna have to rip his arms off now and replace them with goblin arms. Get them rat bones off your body. Your rat limbs. Okay, put the focus back down to here. There we go. You know the skellies have bongos. They have to play spooky, scary skeletons. Do 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 do. Okay, so that's what was going on. This is weird. I did not expect that from this kit. It makes a lot of sense now why everything was the way it was. Why there were random skeleton arms in here. I didn't look closely enough to recognize that the Skaven arms were different. Oh my gosh, that's so silly. Why would they build it this way? Why? I guess it was just to save money on the number of modes that they had. If a bunch of units just use the same mode for one of the sprues. There's a banner and instrument spill in every box for no real reason. Well, no, the banner and instrument sprue is there for the 3 different units, for skeletons, for Skaven, and for night goblins. And this is a night goblin box, so it's fair to give us a banner and instrument for night goblins. Now, my units, I've decided to build without a banner, but they still have a musician in them because it gives them extra mobility. But yeah, it just seems that they built it and decided in such a way that they can have multiple units just sharing the same sprue. That means every single... That was probably used for every single rat, every single night goblin, and every single skeleton slash zombie that could have a command sprue on them. Other than, well, for vampire counts anyway. So it probably was over not just 3 units, but like 6 or 7 units. It's more like having a transfer sheet to a night box that have 3 or 4 house icons. Similar, yeah, similar. But the thing is, if you got night goblins, you're not necessarily also collecting vampire counts. Frosthaven. So that is an issue to be aware of with that. But it's more of I think it's more that they, instead of having 3 modes, they just had 1 mode. It's probably back when they weren't doing as well as they are today. Actually, it is back before then, because that's back. This is back before they had Lord of the Rings, which really shot Games Workshop into the stratosphere. And as a result, they probably had a lot of costs involved with how many modes they could have. And so they aimed to reduce the number of modes. You'd think it would be a green skin sprue. Yeah. Well, the greenskins had their own one. The greenskins for Orcs had their own one that was probably used in multiple Orc sets. There you go. Oh, little arms. That used to be a spear arm, but I cut off the spear. Fallout London was a pretty fun game. I want to go back to Fallout London. Actually, I'm not sure I want to go back to Fallout London. It was okay. I did get a bit bored playing it though. Bob's my own fault. I don't look like he's waving. He's like, hello. Hello, little kitty. How you doing? A weird 2-fingered wave people do. Don't trust this Gobbo around people. He's a creep. Fallout London is just London, but improved. Change my mind. It's London, but cleaner and friendlier. Cleaner, friendlier, not as busy. And it's full of cheese. It's full of cheese. Wait, it's full of cheese? Ah, it's full of cheese. Why did we put London full of cheese? At least in Fallout London, the train runs on time, even if it crashes a little. Cheese, cheese. I don't know why I said cheese. I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? I don't know. Because I'm streaming. Streaming makes you nervous. Streaming makes you nervous. Because I've been so distracted recently. Oh my gosh. I've not been able to focus at all. I don't know what's wrong with me. It has been getting annoying. There we go. Oh, I want to have Fallout London. Mother, we got Fallout London. Can I have Fallout London? We got Fallout London at home. Fallout London at home. Fallout 3. I think they need to outsource games again. But you know, for Elder Scrolls and Fallout series. Just don't get Bethesda making them I think if Bethesda's not the one making the games, I think the games would be much better. That sounds silly, but I think it's true. Some of my favourite games have been, you know, what's it called? Produced by Bethesda, but Bethesda didn't actually have really any involvement making the game. But it's just their name and their money behind it. Like Dishonored. Oh my gosh, I love Dishonored so much. I want to play Dishonored again on the channel. Just do a challenge run. Maybe do Ghost. Ghost. Maybe not Ghost. No magic. Dishonored 2. Don't use magic. get ghosts, and you're not allowed to use a crossbow. You're allowed to use everything else, but not the crossbow. That'd be a fun challenge. And you have to get for good ending. You're allowed to kill, but you have to get for good ending. Ultimately, that actually wouldn't be all that hard, because if you're doing ghosts, then you're not, your best options are not to interact with anybody at all, not to shoot anybody, not to do anything, just do as stealthy as possible. I have no idea what entails, never really played Dishonored. Oh my gosh. So Dishonored, it's in a way it's like a puzzle game. Each mission, you've got like this open world area full of civilians, especially in Dishonored 2, full of civilians and criminals, and you've got to do certain tasks. Usually you've got to kill or otherwise deal with, maybe without killing, a certain person or multiple people. Sometimes you get optional quests and stuff. Sometimes you need to get hold of an item as well, or to put something somewhere. And often the ways to get rid of someone without killing them entails a lot of having to just communicate and work with others. So, and isn't always the good side of things. And you can just run through the game killing people if you want to, and just killing everyone that gets in your way. But you have the chaos factor, and the more chaos you cause, which mostly involves killing people, the worse the game gets, like the worse the world gets, the more panics and paranoid people are, the more the government cracks down on things, and the world becomes really horrible. You have to play it is super fun. It's been a while since we played it on the channel, so it might be worth playing again. But what else is there? Oh yeah, and you get access to some really cool magic, and everything's got a kind of Steam/diesel punk aesthetic to it. And it's really, it's just so cool. I just love the game so much. Dishonored 1 is amazing. Dishonored 2 is perfection. It was made by Arcane Studios and I think published by Bethesda. Unfortunately, Arcane Studios then got told to make Redfall. I think it's called Redfall. Basically, some really terrible live service game. People hated working on it so much that they decided that most of the developers quit the studio. And then after it was released, it got obviously very, very poor. Was very poorly received, and as a result, the studio got shut down. Arcane still exists as a studio, but it used to exist in 2 parts. Because they also made that game called Prey, I believe it's called. Is it called Prey? For one where you're on a space station and you've got aliens that change shape. For the mimics. And it's a studio, it's a part of Arcane that developed, I think, Prey that ended up getting shut down. Arcane Leon is still around though. But yeah. Bethesda tried getting onto that live service games along with everybody else. I hate it when that so many studios that made really good single player games got roped into having to make live service games. And they obviously failed because it's not what the studio was used to. It's not what the studio wanted to make. Not what the developers of the studio wanted to do. And obviously live service games are very hit and miss to begin with. And then they fail at producing a hit. And as a result, and half the time the reason it's not a hit is because there's so many forced live service mechanics to get you to try and spend money that just never work out. Oh, look at the little Gobbo. He's a cutie. It's like for people who made Arkham Asylum. Also, was forced to make that stupid Boopicide Squad game. Which I thought looked really cool until they announced it was live service. I was like, oh, that's not great. Until I found out it was live service. I think they announced like years ago. Or ages beforehand. Okay, let's go. Let's cut out all of these things. Yeah, what are these called? Quivers. Let's cut out the quivers. 1. 2. Get out of there. And oh my gosh, they do not want to. My clippers do not want to get into that tiny little gap. Good morning, SCP Deadman from Zombie Apocalypse. How you doing? Oh, we've been playing, talking about Bethesda. It's been a real downer. There we go. Oh. And that spoo's also done with. Except we got these little snotlings. I don't know what to do with the snotlings. If anyone has any idea, because it's going to be 8 of them by the end. It's like, what do we need 8 of these? What can we do with 8 little goobers? 8 little goobers! Oh my gosh, what am I getting notifications about? I didn't do anything bad, did I? Oh, Arcane is finished now. I need to watch Arcane. Then call me Deadman for short. Deadman! For short! How are you doing, Deadman for short? By the way, we're just adding quivers to all these little goblins. We got 10 done, so about a quarter of the way through. Oh, I'm a silly Billy. Oh my gosh, it's so warm in here. Bruh. Bruh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was fun. I had to. You understand? Right? But the joke was just sitting there. I am a cheeseburger flying through the sky, selling my cheese. I'm thinking about playing Project Zomboid as well. I heard that's a good game. Keep seeing videos for it, so I'm like, you know, that looks fun. But it looks like there's so many zombies. I don't want that many zombies. Also, congrats on 4.31 subs. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Look at this Gobbo, he's reaching for the back. To grab another arrow. I like this Gobbo. He's not like his hood up. He looks more like a normal Gobbo without his hood up. Do you know why in the medieval era you had those weird hats that were just very, very pointy? I don't know, very big and sat on top of your head. Plus their helmets. So cool avatar. Thank you. It was made by Nico, a brilliant artist, who also made Cupcake down here. A cupcake. This too. This little cupcake. Oh, you're a cutie booty. You're a cutie booty. Oh my gosh. There you go. Look at this Gobbo. Look at. Yeah, do you know why the groups have like helmets and hats and hoods and stuff that went up like this? It's actually because they protected your head. Like all of that's just full of padding and stuff. So when you get hit with a sword or an axe or something up on top of your head, the helmet can absorb the entire blow. It's like, it looks kind of silly, but it had a practical purpose. Also, it became rather fashionable at some point, but you know, had practical purposes. Also, apparently they're very good at keeping your head toasty warm with all the extra air insulated inside. Oh wait, I've not given you a quiver. You need a quiver, my man. Don't quiver. I'm quivering in anticipation of the juicy kabushi. There we go. What's a juicy kabushi? I have no idea. There we go. He's got a quiver. Apparently most archers had the quiver like this. Not on the back like this. Because it was easier to move the arrow. Okay, we got almost 10 gobbos made. We gotta get to a massive 40 gobbos. It was weird that on such large bases, so. Oh no! My internet just died. There we go. My internet just died.
We as gobbos. Times for stabbing.
Times for stabbing you. Oh gosh. We're back again. We be back. Okay, get this guy. I'll be back. I've been playing off stream a bunch of what's it called? Wurzag. I've been playing as Wurzag in Total War. And oh my gosh, playing as Orcs and Goblins just simplifies the entire game so much. Like, especially with just Savage Orcs. You just go, okay, I'm just going to recruit a bunch of Savage Orcs and I'm just going to tell them to go forward and attack. And it works. That's just how you play every single battle. Okay, now, Goblins and Orcs don't do very well in Art to Resolve, mind you. So it does mean you have to play a lot more battles and it makes campaign fatigue grow very quickly. But I was definitely having a fun time with the campaign. It's very silly, just playing as Orcs and Goblins. Everyone wants to be at war with you. You never get kindness and goodness on your side. It's not when like playing with Cafe or with Chaos to Wars where you got allies and stuff who want to support you. You're just like constantly just people being like, okay, I'm going to be at war. Never mind how far you stretch out, you're not going to reach someone who doesn't want to be at war with you. You're always going to be bordering someone who's going to attack you at any moment. If you don't attack them first. Playing Peace Mallet. But it's like when you, but it's like when you're playing Chaos Dwarves, you can feel a bit of security when you become friends with another Chaos faction. And as a result, that border is now no longer a major issue and you can focus your efforts elsewhere. Or you can just take a moment to breathe and focus in on your economy and rescaling your armies and stuff. And oh my gosh, especially once you get to a mid game and your economy is powerful enough to easily rival the AI with all their boosts. Crying baby gift for enemies being mean. It's not the fact of enemies being mean. I expect them. I want them to be mean. It's the fact that there's just enemies everywhere constantly. There's never a moment to breathe. It's just a very first moment you start. You're at war, and then it's just like the war's never ending after that. And it's not like easy wars. It's like, okay, so here's one of the most powerful factions in the game that's right next to you. Also over here's another really powerful faction. But just north of you, it's like all of these powerful factions that are definitely going to ally and team up on you. And just over to the west a little, you got the same situation. Just over to the right to you got the same situation, but these times they're all chaos factions. And if you go down south, you're just going to be slowly fighting Scarbrand and Manfred, and it's like, it's never mind where you go. And all of them are very aggressive. So you have to be very focused on every single zone. And because you don't have much of economy as greenskins, you have to be constantly fighting and constantly winning and constantly making more armies, putting your economy into the negative, which doesn't matter as long as you can keep looting and winning for battles, which isn't easy when your army is split through 10 different fronts. Makes for a good crumping. It does. Ah. And the best part is when it's like, I recently beat what's-her-face. Oh, what is her name? The Bretonian lady down in Arabi. Alabi. I recently beat her in a battle and I managed to steal an entire province from her. But then I took another settlement and then just pieced out for 13 grand. Because I had 2 armies fighting her. Neither were well designed to fight her. They were just rushed armies I had at hand. Or could recruit at hand. Repans. Yeah, it was Repans. It was less complicated. He would be a door. Yeah, Repans de Lioness. So I managed to trade her back one of the settlements I stole from her, kept an entire province, so that should hopefully have reduced her a little bit. But she already had the mountains, because she had beaten the dwarves, and she had the entire area south of it. So that gave me it gave me at least 10 turns of freedom. But the issue of those 10 turns of freedom is, if she heard you pronounce your name, she would hop down her horse and fist fight you. You mean if she heard me pronounce her name? Repans? The lioness. Or the Repantes. The lion opioids. There we go. That's what it's called. That's what she's called. Oh, my ear, my eye. I'm rubbing my eye. Don't mean I'm rubbing my ear. My eye was itchy. I need to put plastic in it. Okay. What was that? Oh, there's a little money bag there. I never noticed on the other spooks. Little money bag. A little dagger. Oh, but it was difficult. It's been so difficult playing as her. There you go. Julie Onesi. Julie, my beloved. Repants the lying ass. Repants the lying ass. Yeah, the pants. The lying ass. That's exactly what I said. No, yeah, I beat. So anyway, I managed to peace out with her, but she already, within a couple of turns, after having completely devastated to nothing, I say couple, maybe 3 or 4 actually. Now actually, within 2 turns, she already had at least 2 armies built up. Within 3 or 4 turns, she's already got pretty much her entire military power back. Thankfully, I've got an army in ambush stance around the city that she's best poised to attack, and she seems to be in capable of discovering it. And they're all being armed with anti-large. So they should have a good chance against her. But yeah, I had to do that just so we could free up one of the armies.
We are gathered here today to mourn the passage of Cupcake. She shouldn't have mispronounced that French lady's name.
Cupcake. 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 It's Cupcake. Oh, so that French lady couldn't beat me. I'll just turn her into a cupcake. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh, but yeah. Oh yeah, anyway, I just wanted to free up an army so I could send it in a different direction to take on for dwarves, because it had a lot of anti-infantry stuff in it, and it's really good against dwarves. Because, what's his name, Belagar had been declared war on me, and he had the crown, the Nemesis crown. So I was getting ready. I already had 2 armies fighting him, but I needed a 3rd one because it was the strongest. Right, I say I needed. I felt like I should really have one. But with lots of heavy losses, I actually managed to beat all of his armies. Somehow. Palpatine returned. Somehow. Belagar got beaten. I say I've beaten him. I've managed to beat back his armies, but he still has enough territory where by the time I've recovered, he'll probably have his armies back. I stole the crown from him. Not with Rezag, because Rezag was too busy having to fight Whistle and Unknown. But anyway, before I could even send my army over in his direction, I got declared war on by Mr. Ironbrow, or whatever his name is, down in the south.
Somehow, Belagar got shorter.
Belagar. He got shorter. But yeah. But it's a very silly thing that happened. Well, anyway, so yeah, I ended up having to send my free army. I say my free army. The army I freed up instead across to Ironbrow, which thankfully I just got to him in time before he invaded one of my settlements. But that was such a vicious battle because it was not just any old army. It was the one where he was in the army, and he had so many stuff, so much stuff. But thankfully, my squig hoppers managed to eat him. Well, they didn't eat. Well, actually, no, they did chase him down and eat him. But some squig hoppers and giants were enough to take him on and beat him up. Thankfully, Wurzog got powerful enough now where he and his goblin hero that he starts with are strong enough now just to take on entire armies by themselves. That really helped trying to take on Whistle and Unknown, where they could just, as long as Elisif wasn't in an army of the, what's he called? The Empire Legendary Hero. As long as those 2 aren't in, it's fine. By the way, Reddit became so hungry for a trailer that CA had to announce they're releasing a trailer in 2 days. But right, it's calmed for now. Oh my gosh, Reddit. Can we just be kinder to one another? Like, even to big companies, I feel like we need to be a little, except Bethesda. Bethesda needs to be punched in the face. But other than it's like, give CA a chance to breathe. I never even said they were releasing a trailer. Why are you so upset about it? You mean coded that being instantly thought it was a bad thing? You're so mean-coded. What do you mean? You said for riot, so rioting's not good. No, for it's only hunger. Hunger for more trailers. And they did say they will release a trailer this month. No, they didn't. You're lying to me. Until I see it with my own eyes, and I'll keep them closed. Oops, I whacked it. Also, yeah, it's not even the end of the month yet. I said we're going to release a trailer this month. In 2 days, that's when I'm getting my new phone. I bought the Asus ROG 8. Not the Pro version. But I bought the Asus ROG 8. It was cheaper than a lot of the other... Like, it was cheaper than buying the new Samsung. Or the current Samsung, anyway. It was cheaper than buying the Google phone or the Pixel. And also, it doesn't have AI in it. And it doesn't have a bunch of other stuff I dislike on it. It's like, you know what? This phone just seems everything. Yes, it says it's for gaming, but I don't care. I'm not using it for gaming. It just has all of the things I need for my phone, what I want for my phone. I literally sent you the video, but because it was not fair, 10 seconds long, you didn't have the patience to watch it. Oh, no, I don't like those blog videos. I just skip through the bits where it shows the new entities on screen that they're making. I can't be bothered listening to everything they're talking about. Shots fired. Bomb! Explosion! Did someone get first star just then? Oh my gosh! I won the game! Thank you, Anthony! Oh my gosh! If it were 10 seconds longer, the screen was covered in Subway Surfer gameplay. Oh, I hate those things. As soon as I see Subway Surfer gameplay, I instantly break my monitor and I have to buy a new one. I'm almost out of money. Okay. You got it. You're welcome. How do I do this? There's a thing here where I can do exclamation mark. Give at Anthony 125 twinkles. Is that a command? You prefer Minecraft parkour? Oh no, Bev. I don't like them as well. No, the only reason I don't watch it is because it's one of those blog videos. I don't really watch blog videos. I don't like listening to them talk about. And honestly, I don't want spoilers for it. It's like I basically watch them to get enough of an idea of okay, what's kind of coming, but I don't want to hear too much about it. I also don't want to get excited about things that might be changed later in development anyway. So I'd much prefer to instead. Sometimes I listen to them long after the release has come out. And to like see how development went and so on. But other than that, see Subway Surfer break screen. When do we tell her that she downloaded Subway Surfers and she just broke a new phone? No! I did, but I also didn't want to like hear every single thing from them. I just wanted to know the basics. The basics! Like, what units are coming out? I don't want to hear, like, all of the things that they've been talking about and stuff. Well, what? You told me to tell you what was the field. I didn't tell you anything. I didn't say... She went with the too long didn't read version. I did. I do. Too long didn't read. No, I just don't want to know all the ins and outs. I just want to know the... I just want to have a simple. Yeah. You know, it's fun. It's fine. It's silly. It's daft. We're having fun over here. There we go. We're going to do a little hot sun. The guy who's missing some teeth. But yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't usually watch the blogs. It's not because I can watch the legend videos and they're like an hour long each. I have an attention span. Hope you find an onion in a kitchen. No. I do sometimes find it. I once found my parents had an onion and they put it right in the middle of all the other foods and it was touching my face with like the cheeses and stuff. And I'm like, I tried to have it anyway. I've tried to have my cheese anyway and it made me ill. It's like, yeah, this is why I don't like the onion and the cheese being in the same packaging. Stop doing this. Okay, I don't do that as much anymore. That was ages ago. Like, yeah. Or they sometimes put garlic I don't clean the chopping board properly after cutting onions and garlic when I use it. It's like, oh no. Oh no. Right for the juggler. Right for the jugular. Oh, for those who don't know, I can't have onion or garlic. It makes me very, very ill and can kill me. I hope someone camouflages an onion as an apple so you take a big bite out of layers of pain. Okay, you know what? I wouldn't eat an apple. I'd have to camouflage it as an apple juice. I'd have to camouflage onion juice as apple juice. And I think I'll very quickly notice. I have 1 apple juice a day. Roughly. 1 cola a day. And try to keep on top of my water consumption. I should probably hydrate actually. You got a Smith ad. You got a Smith's ad. What's a Smith's ad? Like the Smith's Toy Store? I really don't like the Smith's Toy Store ad at the moment. Water. 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 Can you believe this was mostly clean other than bits of screen tone here and there and a few scratches before we started doing Warhammer, like every week? This board, like, look at all the mess in it. Look at all this mesh. All that mess. It was once a nice, clean, precious little desk. Matte cutting board. Oh, that's like apple juice. That's an apple juice. You'd have to disguise it as an apple juice, and I think I'll notice pretty quickly. Look at all those Gobbos yet to build. Yeah, we've only got reached up to like 15 Gobbos. With this lot, we'll be at 15 Gobbos. We'd have to build 5 more of them. We'll be halfway through for 40 of them. And after this, I've still got 40 more Goblin Spearmen to build. Night Goblin Spearman. Night Goblin Spearman. Okay, what did I drop? There it is. Yeah, Night Goblins are arguably much... I accidentally put his body on backwards. Are arguably worse than the normal goblins because they have normal goblins can get light armor and shields, meaning they can get up to 5+ armor save. These goblins can only get shields, meaning they can only get a 6+ armor save. But they can get nectars, which make opponents much weaker in the battlefield. Well, that's similar to what poison does, I suppose. But the nectars are an additional upgrade you have to pay for. I think when it comes to... Actually, let's check the stats. I don't believe the Night Goblins get any bonus stats. Hey there, Lamon, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Okay, I've got my phone here. I'm going to open up Old World Builder. And it's a red loonies. Actually, it'd probably just be better. Wow, face basher. There we go. And if I click here, I can go game view. Give me an idea of what the different goblins are. So car units, sticker boys, goblin arrow mob, Gobbo arrow mod. We got movement 4, weapon skill 2, ballistic skill 3, stem 3, toughness 3, initiative 2, 1 attack, leadership 5, 6 of a boss. Okay, Night Goblins have the exact same stats. Actually, Night Goblins have a worse leadership. They're leadership 4. A normal Gobbo squad's got leadership 5. Ooh. They do have initiative 3. Oh, but normal goblins only have initiative 2. Ooh. Night goblins are faster than a normal goblin. Otherwise, the stats are the same. Close Order, Fear Elves, Horde, Impetuous, Warband. Close Order, Fear Elves, Horde, Warband. Oh, and Night Goblins aren't impetuous, meaning they don't have to charge. Normal goblins, if they can charge, they have to charge. Or you have to take a leadership test to stop them from charging. Night goblins, you don't have to do that. They only charge if you want them to charge. They also have hatred dwarves, which means if the first turn of combat against a dwarf, they get rerolls to hit. So I guess that's some bonuses to them. Let's compare the upgrades to one another though. And yeah, Night Goblins can get light armor, and they can also get a unit called Nasty Skulkers, and they can go into skirmish mode. And Nasty Skulkers are really fast and get lots of attacks. And are really good at cutting through enemy. Next to talk about the bestest green skin. Tuska Demon Killer, Champion of Cork. Not really, but Corn is really happy with that get. Tuska Demon Killer. Wait, isn't he the 40k guy who went into a warp and just started slaughtering Corn? Dudes. Okay, Gobbo Sticker Mod. But yeah, they get Netters and Fanatics in Night Goblins. And the Netters... It may attempt to entangle one enemy unit it's engaged with. On a d6, roll a d6. On a 1, the unit entangles itself with a net. Oh yeah, goblins can entangle themselves, Night Goblins. On a 2+, the enemy unit is entangled. Until the end of a combat phase, an entangled unit suffers -1 modifier to its strength. Yeah. Night Goblins are cool. Night Goblins are cool. You having a good day? Yay! I'm glad you're having a good day. Nush. Nasty Skulkers are in game for an anti-infantry and half stock. Yeah, in Old World, Nasty Skulkers are an upgrade you do to a normal unit. And for upgraders, it adds an extra, or upgrades one of your models within the unit, up to 3 of them, to be a Nasty Skulker, which are much quicker than a normal dude. They can't be targeted out of a squad. And they get more attacks, and they also can cut through armor a lot better than a normal Gobbo can. Well, you don't know. Your opponent doesn't necessarily know which unit has Nasty Skulkers in them. So it's meant to be something you can surprise them with. Night Goblins get Fanatics, and they actually work very similar to the Fanatics you get in Warhammer. What's it called? Warhammer Total War, where the unit can just suddenly release a Fanatic at any time. And it just does loads of damage. And yeah, Tuska Demon Killer. He fought a demon and fought very proper good fighting. So he made a war and charged Cascade into the Eye of Terror. The Imperium was very confused. Very used to stuff coming out, not going in. Yeah. Could you imagine if this war coincided with like the 13th Crusade? Imagine if some Inquisitor got wind of what was happening and managed to delay it to occur at the same time Abaddon exited through the, what's it called? Eye of Terror. Oh my gosh. What if they released a Doom guy? Another Doom, what's it called? Type game. But it was from an orc, and it was one of Tusker Demon Killer's orc knobs or something. That ends up just going... Do you know when everyone else usually dies, and then they get respawned again? This guy survives. He's become big and tough enough where he survives, and now Korn's doing everything he can to kill this orc. That would be so fun. Make it a grot. Make it a grot that became cunning enough to actually survive in the battle. Fighting orcs is the happiest orcs. Yeah, and they get to fight forever. Oh, that would be so fun though. If we get an orc demon killer. An orc doom guy game. And the entire thing is, it's just one of those orcs. Wars and doom music, yes. Oh. And make it like semi-open world, like, what is it, Doom? Which of the Doom games is a bit more open? Like, give it so that you're meant to get a, what's it called? A jetpack relatively early on, and you just keep using it to fly everywhere and, you know, do mega jumps and smash down on people. Oh, that would be such a fun game. I get access to like big melee weapons as well as big guns. I always thought that you'd want a corpstarch factory management game, not Doom. Okay, that would also be a fun game. A factory management sim. Oh, a Hive World factory management sim would be so good. Oh, that would be so fun. Like, you're in charge of, like, a Hive World recently got devastated by a what? By an Tyranid invasion or something. And you're in charge of managing the Hive World's resources to not only maintain a population and reclaim, like, it got attacked by Tyranid invasion. Parts of it are still infested by Gene Stealer cult stuff and Tyranids. So through the thing, you have to reclaim lost parts of a Hive World, fix everything up, become self-sufficient, and then you also have to make sure that you, while this is going on, you could be attacked by an Orc War, a Tyranid Splinter Force, or anything during this time period. So you have to be constantly on the wary that you're going to have to man the defences. You have to not only be self-sufficient, and then if Imperium comes on the tithe every so often, and if they don't, then you're going to get them also cutting it off and attacking you. Ever heard of a housing crisis? Yeah, the housing crisis is when the world split apart and no one had houses anymore. Cupcon totally works in administratum, causing housing crisis galaxy-wide. I wouldn't cause... I'd fix the housing crisis. I'd fix it. Oh my gosh. I look at every time I tap the desk, it bounces. The camera. Oh. Anyway, never mind. Sorry. Oh. Nah, you definitely strike me as the chick from the Watching for Rain. I don't know the Watching for Rain. Wait, what's that game? Is it called Frostpunk? Where you have to like manage a city survival. It's like a city simulator, but everything's like falling apart constantly. That's the type of game I'm imagining as like this devastated Hive World city management game. Oh, the Dark Elder Raiders come along. And you can also like trade with the Tau. The Tau merchants might come along, or even Eldar might come along that you can also trade with. But if you do, you have a small risk of the Imperium finding out. And from, you know, sending another attack against you and trying to get you replaced. To which you can potentially try blaming somebody else. And get one of your advisors destroyed. One of your advisors gets executed and then you can continue staying in charge. But then you lose potentially a good advisor. Oh, Frostpunk is indeed a game for children yearn for the mines. Yes! It's a game where Britain falls to climate change and the survivors go survive in a better place, the North Pole. I'd go to the North Pole to survive. I went to the North Pole once. Too warm. Didn't like it. Too sunny. How long the day, how bright it is in the day of the North Pole. Everything's white, it just reflects everywhere. Like, oh my gosh, I've only got the Aurora Borealis and it's like, oh, who signed off on this? Who's putting all the lights in the sky at night? I don't want it. Turn it off. And someone built an ice hotel there, so I just had to set it on fire so it would melt. And it's like, there we go, thank you, go away. They went off foot. They went on foot. I would go on foot too. Why wouldn't you go on foot? I'd walk there. I'd walk to the North Pole from Britain. No one's gonna stop me. First you walk through the Channel Tunnel, all the way up to, then you go through France, get up to Norway and Finland and stuff, cross some bridges. Not that far, it's just a Sunday stroll. That's the one thing I liked about the Duke of Edinburgh thing I did once. It was like, because they did it on Sundays, it was like, you know, I just took a Sunday stroll. It's like, oh, wait, what did you walk? It's like, I just walked through Scotland. Just over a couple of mountains. Came back down. Apparently the DLC was also good for last autumn. For last autumn? No, I love autumn. Game's bad. You're not allowed for last of the autumns. There's also Frostpunk 2. Frostpunk 2? Electric Boogaloo. Nah. I need to get Project Zomboid and add in a bunch of realism mods. I wonder how expensive Project Zomboid is. If it's cheap, I might play it this week. Actually, I got lots of planned this week. I've got a collab on Friday. I've got another Handcam should be done. I want to do a work-along stream. I want to do more Warhammer Total War. We should probably do more Halo. And I do need to get that Underhive game done. No Bagaloo. Pardon me, sorry. Oh gosh, I tried to hiccup it. The globe is about to descend into another ice age. The term last autumn is very correct. Nah, no. Autumn would still be a thing. Also, is it the entire globe's in an ice age? Or is it like for other ice age where parts of the globe are in the ice age but not the entire globe? Because that's an important distinction. There we go. More spearheads. Oh my gosh, so many arrow boys. So many arrow boys. Do you know if this orc army is going to have 40 arrows? 40 arrow boys. Or 40 arrow gits. With 40 goblins of arrow. Not 40, 80, sorry. 80. Because you got 40 night goblins and we've just 40 normal gobbos. Oh, but also 40 night goblins that are armed with spears, and 20 hobgoblins, which are just actually 20 normal goblins with light armor and nasty skulkers. The whole globe, of course. World becomes so cold that the only livable lands becomes a field rich in petrol or natural gases to fuel giant generators. Why not use wind turbines? Or do you know, why not go towards the coast and build giant hydro farms? Hydro dams? Not hydro dams. Oh, what's it called? Hydroelectricity generators. Or why not use volcanoes and thermal vents to use thermal energy? Why not go to Australia and live in those giant caves underground? Why not go into areas where you've got massive volcanic activity? Iceland would be great. Worst method of getting power? Geez, I don't know. Maybe because people want to live. Okay, wind farms are not the worst way of getting power. But they are renewable. And in that sort of situation, I'm pretty sure you might want renewable energy, so that it's easier to maintain. And so eventually you don't have to move the entire city because you run out of resources. Especially when you're using the fuel non-stop. Also, like, thermal generators would be very good, especially in a freezing zone. So digging underground would actually be a very viable tactic, not only because it would give you a lot of warmth, but because it would give you access to springs, spring water, and what's it called? Heat from the magma. Go to the North Pole and stand a 60-degree weather. Why to the North Pole? You don't need to go to the North Pole and build it. Just stay where you are and build a wind generator. That's all I'm asking is, why did they go over there and not just stay where they are and build a bunch of other stuff? Or at least if you're going to move somewhere, why not move somewhere where you've got access to, you know, the natural heat of the earth, like volcanoes? Why not a hydro generator then? Go to the coast. You can get so much hydroelectricity. Why not use a thermal generator by going to a volcanic area? The ice age comes, I shall dig down into a crust until I'm like 3 kilometers down and I'm nice and toasty. You don't need to even go that far down. Depends where you are, actually. Actually, volcanoes would be the best place to go to because you still have access to fertile soil. Hydro generators and the whole ocean is frozen. Why is the ocean frozen? You know, the ocean does not freeze very easily, right? Like the last ice age, the ocean was not frozen. It's very cold. I mean, if it's getting so cold that the ocean's frozen, I don't think anything's going to save you. Like, that temperature is extraordinarily low. Like, do you know how difficult it is to freeze the ocean? It's not just that the ocean is full of salt, making it very difficult to freeze. It's not just the fact that the ocean's constantly moving, making it very difficult to freeze. It's the fact that the ocean's also very dense. Conjuror, it's hard to understand the concept of cold. It's not hard to understand the concept of... It's just that once you get so cold that the oceans completely freeze over, it's... I don't think you've got ideas of survival in him. I think everyone froze to death long before that point. It's a game. Look, if I'm not allowed to overthink a game and just decide that what they're doing is very silly, then I don't know. But if you cool down salt water enough, wouldn't the salt precipitate out and then freeze? I mean, yes, it will actually freeze. It's just... You will have parts of the ocean that will become frozen, and you definitely find new glaciers and icebergs and stuff starting to form, especially in the coldest areas. But the ocean as a whole shouldn't freeze over, at least in any temperature that mankind has the potential to survive within. And you find up that most of frozen areas will build up in a certain zones and air zones. But areas of, like, you know, very rapid water movement and stuff are also very, because of, you know, just how the Earth spins around and the moon works and so on. Like a North Atlantic Ocean, generally still going to get quite a lot of vicious water splashing about. Oh, he didn't get one. That's why. There we go. One day you'll create something and I'll make a work twice as long overthinking your concepts. Thank you! Oh, that's kind. I love it when people overthink stuff like that. It means that people care. It means that they think it's good enough to think about. I enjoy overthinking stuff though. And sometimes it's overthinking, but you know, it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's what I like to do. Did you ever watch Ice Road Truckers? Nope. I saw lots of adverts for it, with them doing supply runs into Alaska and North Canada. That's kind of peak TV. I did not watch Ice Road Truckers, no. I saw lots of trailers for it, but it wasn't something I watched. There we go. We got 15 of them built. 5 more bases. Down here, we got 3 spare bases for some reason in this kit. Oh. Oh. I need to breathe. I need to breathe. I need a drink. But yeah, I don't know. Cupcake being uneducated is a new phenomenon. What do you mean me being uneducated? I'm not uneducated. I just don't watch Ice Road Truckers. It wasn't my type of TV. I was watching, what's it called? Teen Titans. No. I was watching Scrubs. My favourite show was Scrubs. Sarah Chalk. What's it called? The guy who played JD. I had his name in my head. I forgot it. I forgot everyone's names. Even Dr. Cox's. Wait. No, never mind. Didn't have it. In the ways of Ice Road Trucking. Look, I know how to ice road. I don't need to watch some reality TV show about ice road trucking to tell me how to ice road truck. You get yourself a truck. You find yourself an ice road. You get yourself some special tyres and a special engine. You get yourself a thermos full of pasties and meat and potato pasty, and then you go Scrubs. She forgot all your names. She's not a real fan. I'm telling Scrubs on you. No, I forgot the actors' names. I know the characters' names. You had Elliot Reed, J.D. Turk, Carla, and Mr. Cox, Mrs. Cox. Actually, I forgot her name, the character's name. She was, the actress though, was married to the guy who made Scrubs. And she was in his next show called Cougar Town, which had the Monica from Friends in it. I also had Ted. I loved Ted. Ted was great. And the janitor. Everyone loves the janitor. Everyone loves the janitor. I love Scrubs so much. It was my favourite show. I loved the janitor. I loved the characters. If I were an actor, I would insist on the character I play to have the exact same name as me. Do you mean like Will Smith? Playing a guy named Will Smith? Oh. There we go. Otherwise I get confused. But when you be confused if you're meant to be playing a part or if someone's just calling for you. They were like, hey, to learn water. It's like, wait. Am I acting now, or is it just someone wants me in real life? I don't know. I find it's like, where does the lines between you and your character? Where does one end of the other begin? Like, what if you got a rolling cats to learn? What if you got a rolling cats? And then you start thinking you're a cat when you're actually a rat. And it's like, oh no. Here's a cat, 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 no a rat. That's what it'd be like. Oof. Imposter syndrome will be so strong. But isn't imposter syndrome where you don't feel you deserve what you're getting? Like me, I never feel I deserve to get what I'm getting. And what I'm getting is smacked by bad people. I don't deserve it. I only stole all of your stuff because I thought it was funny. But you're the cat con. I'm not a cat. Talana cat. But
are you talented enough to have imposter syndrome?
Not really, I'm sorry. I'm not talented enough to have imposter syndrome. It's true. It's true. As long as the reason you keep losing socks, you fiend, return from me. You're the reason you keep losing socks. I want the socks! Actually, no. We always thought the sock monster was right. And then we found out my sister was just stealing the socks.
You got cured. Your bill is $1 million bobs.
You're cured. Your bill is $1 million bobs. I don't have a bob. I don't know what a bob is. Here you go. Have an imaginary bob. Bob the Builder. Can he million it? Bob the Builder. Yes, he can. Okay. But you're Bob now. No, yeah, we found out my sister was the one who kept stealing stuff.
This is exactly how millionaires pay taxes.
It's exactly how millionaires pay. No, it's not. What are you on about? Oh, if we just sing Bob the Builder. There we go. There we go. Ah, Jerry, it's broken. Bob the Builder, can we fix it?
Can we fix it? No, we can't, Bob. Sign the divorce papers.
Oh no, Bob's getting divorced. I never knew Bob was married. Bob the Builder, can he be married? Actually, my uncle Bob, he really wanted a divorce. And he was a builder. Oh gosh. Why am I doing that? I don't know. I'm just getting angry. I'm cutting it apart. Look, it goes breaks apart. Oh, look at it go. I don't know why I'm doing that. But yeah. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, pre-cutting it to turn it into new sprues. I need to cut up all of my sprues. I also like how this thing's here, just this waste of sprue bits here. Like, what's the point of that stick? They could have just done what they do now, where it's just a tiny little connection. Oh, they weren't very efficient back in the day. Up, 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 up. Need to make it big enough to fit in the box, potentially. I doubt it, because some other sprues are very small for the box. In fact, I think it just means that I need a bigger box to transport it in. Big Bob the Builder fan over here. You're a bobhead. What's a bobhead? Do you know my uncle then? If he tried selling you some Bob the Builder merchandise, I'm sorry to say, but it's knockoff. It's not official. I'm not a divorced British lad. You're not a divorced British lad. Why do you assume that my uncle only knows divorced British lads? He spent most of his time in Ireland. Dun, dun, dun. Dun 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 dun. There we go. There we go. Oh my gosh, cutting so many sprues today. Cutting so many pieces. It's exhausting. Obviously. Oh, my body's dead. My body's dead. My body's bobbed. My body's bobbed. Explosion! Rusty almost got it. Oh, you missed. You missed. You need another bomb. Quick, lads. Get a bomb out there. Dripped out. Did I end up giving you those sprinkles? I think you did. Yay! Go! I got it! I got it! Oh no, SCP Deadman got it. Okay, Deadman got it. Yay! Oh, there you go. We're good. Best way to catch a star. It's true. It's true. If you don't get it, someone else probably will. Oh my gosh, we've almost got 20 gobbos made. 20 night goblins. Gobbling these potatoes. Gobbling all they can. I've been looking at some, Warhammer fiction and stuff. And I think at times people massively overestimate Warhammer faction capabilities. Because it's like, when people are looking at, like, what would Star Wars versus Warhammer go like? I'm like, when you look at Star Wars and their phases and stuff, it's actually hard to figure out how well they'll go. I mean, obviously, if you look at Star Wars based on the numbers and figures that came out in the prequels, what's it called? The clone troopers were absolutely useless. There were only 2 million
20
of
green
them.
gobbos sitting on a wall. 20 green gobbos sitting on a wall. And if one green gobbo should accidentally fall, there'll be 19 green.
There'll be 19 green gobbos sitting on a wall. Sorry, that's where the limited text. You reached a character limit on what Cupcake will read. Cupcake was even worse at reading than me. Okay, one of these is a body I had, and it fell down here somewhere. Oh, there it is. There's the body. Oh, gosh. What was I talking about before you just said that? Oh, yeah. Gosh, you got like Star Wars versus Warhammer, right? And it's like, obviously, some figures in Star Wars just seem weird. But if you take like the figures of the droids and of the Empire and stuff, I mean, just like, think about how powerful blasters were and how big and powerful the ships were in general. I don't think Warhammer stands much of a chance against the Star Wars. None of the factions really stand much of a chance against the Star Wars galaxy in general. It's hard to know. Like, a single individual armies, yes. But in terms of space battles, I think Star Wars has it handled. And in terms of industrial capability, Star Wars definitely beat any faction in Warhammer. Yes, but Star Wars is so lame, Warhammer wins. It's true. That being said, you had the Yu Fong whatever, who definitely seemed more like a 40k faction thrown into Warhammer, into Star Wars. And they absolutely devastated the universe, the galaxy. That being said, they also were like anti-force capability and had weird tech and so on. They specifically countered all that they did. All that Star Wars had the capabilities of. Star Trek would absolutely devastate 40k. The technological gap between like the Imperium and the Federation is insane. I denied the jump of a bomb and got Cupcon. Oh, I won! Oh my gosh! I now have to give it back to Anthony. Okay. Give Anthony 125. Does this actually work? Give Anthony 125. I don't know if that works. Talan, tell me if that failed. Oh gosh. Oof. Hang on. I'm apparently very good at yeeting Cupcake. You are very good at yeeting. Don't yeet me, it's bad. I don't want to be yeeted. Oh no, Star Wars is weird. On the grounds, I think 40k would win. That's because Star Wars tactics are just so terrible. Halo first versus 40k first. Covenant could survive in it. I don't know. Oh no. Somehow Palpatine returns. I don't know. I think so. Yeah, Palpatine would probably return. Palpatine versus the Emperor. Okay, Palpatine wouldn't stand a chance there. Well, that being said, some of the Force users in Legends would stand a chance. And they've also got their own weird Force gods as well in Star Wars that you have to take into account. And they're in canon. And while they do often just sit idly by to some extent, they do sometimes intervene. The Covenant couldn't survive a busy supermarket The Covenant. Did you see the Covenant in space? The Covenant absolutely is an absolute monster when it comes to spaceships and stuff. Like, even if you start calculating things from the lore and comparing it to 40k, they're actually on a rather similar level to lots of the 40k factions. I'd say they'll be relatively similar with the Tau. I do think of a battlefield would definitely be outmatched by most of the 40k factions. The battlefield tactics are kind of meh. So somehow Palpatine coughed up enough dust to make a child. Cupcake dust is insane. Cupcake dust. What other sci-fi universes are there? Trying to think. Off the top of my head, I'm not thinking of many. Star Trek, the Federation, the Borg and everything else would probably devastate 40k. It might be a controversial thing to say, I'm not really sure, but if you just actually look at the left, like phaser technology and their ships are just, their ships might be smaller, but in terms of the firepower that they have, it's just insane. Even the phaser, the teleporters, everything, the transporters, sorry, everything they have in their thing. The tricorder as well. The cards in 3 ways. Oh, Lower Decks is great. Ba 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 da ba da. I mean, that being said, you have the Jem'Hadar, who were... Actually, they're basically space marines, the Jem'Hadar in a way. Genetically modified super soldiers. Or maybe orcs. Genetically modified super soldiers who are incredibly loyal, who are incredibly powerful. They become combat ready quite quickly. They are resistant to lasers and phasers. They're incredibly strong. And they have access to very powerful phaser technology themselves and very powerful fast starships. Oh no, Star Trek seems to fight at closer ranges, whereas 40k can get land shot from across. No, Star Trek's a bit weird because if you actually... What's on screen doesn't always match what's actually happening. Because in Star Trek you sometimes have where it will show you on screen 2 other ships seemingly right next to one another. But then someone says, they're 6 light years away. They're just close by, they're 6 light years away. They're talking to one another, it's like, and doing this space bats, it's like, well, the distances they're talking about compared to the screen, it's insane. It's like, they're getting close to 100,000 kilometers. Oh my gosh, they're so close to us. Why are they getting so close? I think a lot of the distances in Star Trek seem so small because they always like putting both the ships on screen. But the law of how their battles work are generally... Also, they can definitely close it. Unlike Warhammer, they can definitely close in on you in an instant. Like... If they want to do a close range battle, they can do. On top of this, you've got their ability to detect and react to you is much quicker than in Warhammer.
Space is big, like really, really unfathomably big.
Yes. It is big. So, then what's it called? But also in Star Trek, what you get is that they can instantly detect where you are using their advanced technologies. They'll know where you are. They know if you're powering up weapons. They know if you've got your shields powered up. And they can trace your light speed attack from your lance as it's going across the system and just move out the way much quicker than your lance can actually strike. And that's how they often fight. And that's often, I think, one of the reasons they get so close to one another, to make it harder to dodge. And if you've got the ship with a faster speed, you can just close in on your enemy and just do light speed attacks that they can't actually dodge at when they're that close. They've also got warp-enabled missiles. So warp speed missiles and photons. So that means it can strike you at much further distances than you would even be prepared for. And the first time you realise it's even coming towards you is when it's already hit you. I would be fine with it because they can detect things that are moving at warp speed. Star Trek's technology is just basically magic. It doesn't, you don't have to know how it works. It doesn't really work. It's just magic. It's insane. Very little of it actually some of it does make sense because they, roughly anyway, like space folding and stuff is actually based on physics principles, but still, a lot of the stuff, like the tricorder, is just plot device. The detecting systems and abilities are just plot devices. The photon, the phaser can do what it needs to do when it needs to do it. There you go. There you go. But the only thing in Star Trek that they really like is armor. None of the factions besides the Dominion and the Borg ever seem to use personal armor. And this is explained away with the weapons were so strong that most of the factions we know, they can't produce armor and personal shields that are actually capable of withstanding their own weapons. So they just don't use them. But then you come across the Borg or the Dominion and they can do stuff like that. And as a result, they do use armor because they can resist it. So then the argument is, are Warhammer ships designed for a more accurate warfare? So the defense is superior because they are more likely to take hard hits? I don't think so. In Star Trek, we definitely see the ships take a lot of hits, and there's even one battle where it's actually quite funny to watch, because it's where the Enterprise clearly outmatches an opponent, and the opponent is just constantly attacking them, and they don't even put their shields up, and the opponent hits them, and it does barely any damage to the ship. And then they put the shields up, and the opponent's attacks just don't do anything. And these are pretty powerful attacks. Like, earlier Star Trek ships would be being torn apart by this, but it's like... And even by 40k standards for powerful attacks. And they're just like, hey, they ultimately just wanted to do diplomacy. And they're just so powerful that they could just allow the peer person to attack until eventually they either ran away or tried to do diplomacy. Like, a jet plane with the ability to fire beyond the horizon is very unlikely to take return fire, but you look at an A-10 and those things are built like tanks. Yeah, no, Star Trek ships are definitely meant to be able to take a hit. And they definitely take... They're also not just designed to take hits, but they're very repairable. And they got a very modular design, which means as systems get taken out, they can take down non-necessary systems to reinforce or replace systems that otherwise got destroyed. And the systems don't even have to be related to one another. It's just, apparently they have this incredible modular tech where you can suddenly be... It's very weird. Star Trek is not meant to be a... For most of Star Trek, it's not really been a... Oh, darn it, I used the wrong spear. I cut up the wrong spear, so I've given the wrong arm. Oh gosh, I just broke something off here. That's enough for wrong arms. Yeah, it's a very... What's the word? Oh yeah, Star Trek isn't designed really... It's not written to be a war program, as it were. So while all these advanced technologies and stuff and so on aren't really as important to the story, or their weaponry and so on. And as I said, it's more just plot device elements. That being said, that's when you come across, you have episodes both focused upon the Borg War and the Dominion War, and suddenly you get a bigger focus on the ships, and now the ships don't seem as powerful anymore because they have to tone them down and to try balancing stuff, but also at the same time they have to make the opponents way crazily strong and have just weird plot devices to protect them, like Jem'Hadar or Phaser Assistant. Our weapons are useless on these ships because they have shields, and but then they have to come up with new ways to then destroy the ship if the current methods didn't really work. The ship distraction worked, guys. Mwahaha. Mwahaha. What do you mean the ship distraction? No. I do like Star Trek though. Star Trek's fun. I love the new generation. I need to watch the films. I love Deep Space Nine too. I can't stand Voyager. I tried watching it. I couldn't get past season 1. I've heard season 1's not that great, mind you. But I've not heard enough good stuff about later seasons to make me really want to try watching the rest of it. Orcs a defeat for Enterprise because Orc logics. I mean, that being said, they do have a race in, what's it called? Star Trek that's kind of like the Orcs with being, well, seeming dumber than they actually are. Or what do they call them? It begins with a P or something. They were a major antagonist in Lower Decks, and no one took them seriously. It's like, wait a minute. They're super strong, but they're very good at stealing technology and combining it together. I mean, one of the silly things though is like with Warhammer, I say silly things. One of the things that makes Warhammer actually relatively difficult to analyze for like how good it is, for like comparing to other things, is that Warhammer itself is often very purposely, its lore is very muddied, with Space Marine and Orc and alien strengths and weapon strengths being very inconsistent across different lore and stories. But then you also have the issue with 40k of the fact that it's very... all of the factions are not at the peak. All of them used to be really powerful nations, like powerful star empires with advanced technologies that appeared like magic. The humans had their dark age of technology that would probably absolutely trump anything the Federation have ever done, or the Borg, or anything like that. But Orcs used to be for Quarks, and you had all of these things. You had the Eldor at their height, you have... except for Tau, the Tau new faction. But now they're using scraps of technology, and the Imperium's even using technology from our own time and before our time. And it's like auto guns are pretty much just recognizable as guns today. And they're relatively on par with last guns, so it's like,
Cupcakes do not say such things.
The reason analysing 40k is hard can be summarised up by the wise words of a certain Primarch. I am Alfarius. This is a lie. True. True enough. I don't know why that got caught. Oh, it's probably analysing the word. Analysing. There you go. Okay, I need to get something out. Where is it? It's not that one. Is it this one? There it is. You have to go. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Bye-bye, Talan. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream and talking with me about silly things. Okay. Here we go. 20. Oh, wait a minute. I've got another kit, don't I? Where is it? There it is. Here it is. I got a kit. Oh, I need to save those parts. Okay, I'll save these parts for dwarfs. I suspect analysing as well. Cupcake has such a filthy mind of pronouncing words if they're filthy gut to tongue. No! Cupcake's an innocent baba. Cupcake's an innocent bababs. Okay. There we go. Cupcake just over-analyses things and gets very worried, you know? There we go. There we go. Place them down. Okay, so yeah, that's definitely correct. So I need to cut out this area. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knife. Knife to meet you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is not designed for cutting through plastic, but it can still weaken along this line enough. Oh gosh, I keep going off the line. There we go. No, stop! Keep coming off the line. There we go. Very careful. Then let's use a special clipper just here. Use this clipper just here. Oh, there we go. And now just flex it a little. Oh, this is enough for 2 bases, so we just flex around this area. Okay, looks like that, but then we have to make sure it flexes the other way now. Ooh, quite line for when flexing it. This is very hard to break cleanly. Okay, I should probably snap it just here too. Got a little clip of that. There we go. Now the issue is it's got these lines here on the other side and it's trying to break along these grooves. You have to be Mr. Grooves there. Yeah, this bit is up fine up here. It's because I needed to cut down here too. I was hoping just to get the square, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to need another square anyway. Should have done this. I'm a silly bully. It's fine. We live and we learn. We live and we learn. There you go. That should help it along. It's broken there. Oh, it's breaking further along. Got it. Right along the groove. And then I just need to do the same thing again. Oh, that broke a lot easier this time. There we go. Snap.
Snap, you bar steward. Snap, I say.
Snap, you bar steward. Snap. What do you mean, snap, you bar steward? I don't get that reference at all. I'm a genius, though. I'm a genius. I'm an ultimate breaker of plastics. Okay, then we just need fish. Yeah. Okay, if we do this, does this fit perfectly here? Yes. And does it fit perfectly here? Yes. Oh my gosh. Genius. Oh, I'm a god at everything I do. There's few people as good as I am. I'm definitely not an egomaniac. In fact, I'm the most modest person ever to live. There you go. That's my favourite joke to say. I'm super modest. I'm the most modest person. If I ever entered into politics, all someone would have to say is like, how modest are you? And I'd be like, I'm the most modest person to ever live. No one can be more modest than me. No one will understand it's just a joke. And everyone will be like, oh my gosh, that's such an arrogant prick. That would be it. That would be political career over.
This previous statement brought to you by lies.
I'm not a liar! You're a liar. Just because you're jealous of my utter modesty. Maybe I could cut this in half and just put it there. No. No, I'll just have that little bit sticking out at the back. There we go. 20 gobbos so far. I'll probably have to make the other 20 off stream like I did last time. Oh gosh. But there we are, 20 night goblins. What do they gobble at night? I don't know. I don't ask questions. All I know is they got lots of poisons, they like to keep their faces hidden, and they don't like the sun.
It's not my fault that you made me, the glorious Cuttle, insufferably correct all the time.
It's true. It's true. You are correct all the time. Also, you're not insufferable, Cupcake. You're amazing. You're genius. We love you being correct all the time. There you go. That guy goes here. Champion goes at the front. Fish dude goes here. Fish dude can go here. We'll put another dude here. And look at all the dudes. Look at all the dudes. We're like, oh my gosh, we're serving. We're serving the nectar. We're building a nectar. Why am I saying for serving? We got an archer squad. Okay, let's check. How much damage if all of these guys fired at a squad of dwarf and warriors, let's say. How well would they do? So they're staying still. I think that ballistic skill 3. So they should hit and force normally. We'll say -1 for being at half range. So for the first 5, get to shoot like normal. Then because they got volley fire, each row gets to have half of their models fire. So that would be 3 more from each row. There you go. Hope there's no cement coming up over the side to stick those to it. Ah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So first they'll hit in 5 because they'll be firing at over half range. If we're within half range, that's bad for the gobbos. So out of the shots 5 hit, that's just a little above average. Wait, were there any 6s that weren't? Oh my gosh, it was just all 5s. Okay, then for dwarves are toughness 5, bows are strength 3, so they're wound on 5s. That's 1 wound. That's a bit below average. And then dwarves have heavy armor and a shield. That's a 4+ armor save. They passed. They did no damage. Oh no. Oh no, the dwarves have got them. Okay, what would happen if they fired at half range? So that they get the full ballistic skill. It's not even unfortunate. That's actually, like, on average, I think 14 shots, 5 might hit, 2 might wound, and that's like being very favourable to the goblins here. Then, as a result, you got less than 1 dwarf dying on average each time. Geek-san, hello, how are you doing? We're trying to figure out how well these guys would do against dwarf and warriors. So hitting on force. We don't have a banner that would give them poison, which would be really useful there with 3 wounds, with 3 6s. How are you doing, Geek-san? What do you think of my goblin squad? Then they wound on 5 still, because only strength 3. They got 2 wounds. Oh no, that's below average. Within half range, it should be at least... Oh no, they should be getting 2, never mind. 4+ armor save. Oh darn it, they got both passed again. Then the dwarves charge him. Oh no, we're dead. Actually, I'll probably get like 3 shots at the very least into the dwarf. Okay, if we do a stand and shoot reaction. We get another 14 shots. The stand and shoot is at -1 to hit. They hit on 5s. Oh my gosh, that's like so many hits. That's 8 hits. Sorry, I didn't catfish. Got interrupted by an ad. Hello! You just left for church. Nice! Oh yeah, it's Sunday today. We built these Gobbo. What do you think? Oh, so I was asking how you are. You're just good. Oh, I missed that bit. You did good. Still no dead stunties. Very rude of them. Okay, 5s to wound. This one's slanted. Missed anyway. Or failed to wound. 3 wounds. 4+ armor save. Oh, that one's slanted. Darn it. 2 dead. 2 dead stunties. Yeah. Then how would they do in combat? Well, the goblins get to go first. So they'll get 5 attacks. So it's got a higher initiative. And they've got a champion. So it'll be 6 attacks. They'll hit on the weapon skill 2. So against 4, so they'll be hitting on 5s. They don't get a single hit. But dwarves, on the other hand, would also get 5, 6 attacks. They would hit on 3s. They would wound on 4s. And then these guys would get no armor save, so 2 of them would die. Oh. So actually, by the time they get into combat, it'll be 2 versus 2. But each of them will be down 2 models. Oh. Oh no, squished gobbos, squished gobbos! Actually, let's compare. Let's get out for other mod. Let's get out some stunties. Let's grab our stunties. My arm went off. Oh my gosh, here's some stunties. Only 4 wide. Only 4 wide. Actually, the gobbos would stand a chance. Have we got great weapons? Oh, what happens if we got great weapons if we don't have shields? Ooh. Oh, that means that they're less likely to save themselves. Pada! So many gobbos. So many gobbos. I'm just making sure none of the gobbos are actually stuck. Yeah, I told you it'd be fine. Actually, so how would it work here? So if they're far away, they get 3. They get 5 attacks. Plus the other 9. And they hit on 5s because of the distance. That's 5 hits. And they wound on 5s because of toughness 4. That's 3 wounds. And they get 5+ armor save. Okay, one of them was a 4 before I accidentally turned it over. One of them goes down. Oh my gosh, this guy got shot. He got shot. Ugh. A dead stunty. But then they get closer. We're at half range now. They have to get another 14 shots into them. But at half range, you're more accurate. So you went uneven risks of ranged units, so you generated extra dice in Folly Fire. Yeah. Also, I just think 5x4 is nicer. With these guys, I went only for 4 wide because 1, I don't want them blocking cannon shots and gunfire, because otherwise they will. The second reason is because the units are small, I need for extra ranks. So to get the benefit of having 3 bonus ranks all the time, you need to get more stuff. So that's why I went like this. Because their job isn't to win combat. Their job is just to hold you down, usually. So that half range, we hit on 4s. Okay, we got a bunch of misses. But we got 5 hits again. We're below average right now. I won it again! Oh my gosh! Stop giving me sprinkles, Anthony! 5s to wound. Oh, we got 2 wounds. But then they get a 5+ armor save. You're too good at this. You are. 5+ armor save. 2 more dead stunties! Oh my gosh! 2 dead. I need to get a dice roller in chat so you guys could roll for dice for me. I don't know how to do that. I'll Google how to do a dice roller in chat. But then they charge. When they do the charge, we get to do a stand and fire reaction. So oh my gosh, leader, don't run away. We hit some 5s. Oh my gosh, so many 6s. 4 6s. And a 5. Oh my gosh, 5 hits again. We wound on 5s. Only 1 wound. 5+ armor save. Failed. Another dead stunty. The stunties armed with great weapons. They're really slow. These guys are quicker. Really wish we had a spider banner boss. That would be really useful. It is 35. No, it's like 50 extra points for it. And it's not really worth it to feel like. I'd rather give it to the Goblin Wolf Riders. You like context. We're doing... These are the Gobbos we just built. These little goblins, have they got bows and arrows? See, there's a little quiff on the back. So, because I just finished building them, I'm like, how well would they do against these guys? The Spider Banner is a banner that I can upgrade them with. That will give them poisoned attacks. On a roll of a 6 to hit, it would automatically wound. Otherwise, they need to roll a 5+ on these dice to wound. Yeah, new spike all 6s and you wipe and unit. I mean, it's true. It's true. Okay, in combat, we'd get 6 attacks here. That would be 3, 6 attacks. We're only weapon skill 2, so we'd hit dwarves on a 5 because they're weapon skill 4. That's 2 5s. And we're strength 3 against their toughness 5, so that's 5s to wound. We got 1 wound. They have a 5+ armor save. They lose 1 more dwarf in this combat. Ugh. This Gobbo, I imagine it's a boss. He went, whoosh, stab, straight through the eye. Ugh. Ugh. So yeah, that's 1 more down. But then the dwarves get fair attacks. They have 3 attacks, but they just lost 1 guy. And then they have the commander. A classic game of toy soldiers and dance, measuring fatalities by rolling of dice. Yes! So, they have a skill 4, so they hit on 3s. That's all 4 hit. They're strength 5, so they wound on 3s as well, I believe. All 5 wound, and these 4 wound. These guys don't get any armor saves, so 4 of them just got massacred. These guys only have 1 rank. They have a banner. They killed 4 dudes. So they got a combat score of 6. These guys have 2 ranks. They don't have a banner. They got 1 kill though. So that means they lose combat by 3. And as a result, they now have to take a leadership test at -3. Thanks to this guy, their leadership 5, so that means on 2 dice, they need to roll a 5 or less, and then you -3 from the result before that. So they need to roll a double 1 to not run away. They rolled a 9. They failed. They broke. So they roll a dice and try to run away, a 6. They roll a dice to try and catch, a 4. These guys successfully run away. How many dwarves did they kill before they ran away? These, at the cost of 4 little Gobbos, we managed to kill the lives of 5 dwarves. I think that was a good exchange. Leg it, you gits! Leg it, you gits! And then it's our turn next. We take a leadership test. We pass! We rally, and then we get to shoot them again, but we can't have having moved. This time round, we get 3, 4, 5, plus 3, plus 6, plus 1, 7. We hit some 5s. 5 more hits. We wound up. Oh my gosh, so many 6s. We really should have a spider banner. 3 5s to wound. 5+ armor save. 2 of them die. 2 more dead dwarves thanks to our impeccable Gobbo shooting. Next turn, the dwarves have to charge again. The Gobbos stand and shoot again. Need spider banner. Okay, how many 6s do we roll this time round? 1. But we only got 2 hits. Okay, now the Gobbos are panicking. They don't want to be hit by axes again. 5s to wound, non-wounded. But they do get to do their attacks first. With 6 attacks. God isn't dead. He's just playing a top-down board game with our lives. It's true. It's true. And I'm that god. We got 3 attacks. We failed to wound. Oh no! The dwarves might have it. We got 4 dudes at the front. Plus the general, the captain. They hit. We wound and freeze. Only 2 wounds. We only lost 2 guys. We still count as having 2 ranks. They've got 1 rank. They've got a banner. They killed 2. We've got 2 ranks. We failed to kill anyone. So we only need to roll a 3 or less to survive, to stay in combat. We rolled a 5. Okay, we went away. The dwarves failed to catch us. Do we rally next time? No, we run off the board. The dwarves chased us off the board. How many gobbos died? We lost 6 gobbos, and they lost 7 dwarves. That cup god. That cup god. Based. It's true. It's based on fact. Also, technically, this squad would have easily won because it's actually got a rune. Not a rune lord, a rune hero. A rune master. In the squad. Runesmith, that's the name. He's got a big hammer and a big book. And look at that little cape. He's cool. He's cool. I still think that was a decent exchange. How many points is a squad of dwarves with great weapons compared to a squad of gobbos with bows without a banner? There we go. How big is a dwarf compared to a gobbo? The dwarves seem smaller than gobbos. Oh my gosh, the dwarves are so much smaller than a gobbo. Wait, still. That's a big axe. Small. Small. That's going in the book. Also, this guy, the guy that got shot early on, he had a mug of beer. He was too busy drinking his mug of beer. In fact, he probably never got shot. He probably just fell over from being drunk. And everyone just assumed he got shot. It's a mythical, mystical book that my name is currently logged in about 3 dozen times. Dwarf is smaller than Gobbo, but is heavier. Yeah, Gobbos aren't very heavy. Right now, our squad. Let me look at the prices of the dwarves versus Gobbos. Old World. The Red Loonies. Night Gobbo Our Mob is 92 points for 20 models. The dwarves, this is Royal Clan Nori. And it's 16 dwarf warriors. That's 159 points. So yeah, this squad didn't do too badly. It got rid of 6 of these dudes. 7 of them even. That's like half of the squad. Almost. I really didn't do too badly considering they 92 points versus 159. It was just 1 versus 1. In fact, we even stood a little bit of a chance against the dwarves, right? We did trash tier dwarf getting blackout drunk in the middle of battle. You know, well, someone has to get blackout drunk in the middle of battle. Oh my gosh, look at the base, it's all smashed there when it didn't break properly. Someone has to get blackout drunk, right? Right. You got it. Yeah, you got it. You finally threw yourself. Jump, 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 jump. Stab. Stab 'em, boys. Stab, 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 stab. Cast fails successfully. Also, look back here. I just used 2 remaining bits of the thing. It's fun. It's fun. Ba-dunk, 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 ba-dunk. When I use the Orcs, I actually use them in squads of 7. 7 wide, but for in like a squad of 30, with whatever boss is in charge of them. So, but that's easy because you go 7, 14, 21, 28, and then you have 2 more at the back. So you get the maximum bonus on number of ranks as you can, but also get the bonus of being very wide, because going very wide allows you to get more attacks in on your enemy. But the Orcs are there to actually win combats. So they go very large squads. Meanwhile, these guys are just here to really hold back the enemy while the guns do most of the work. Or to allow the characters to do the work. In addition, the models are a lot more expensive. So no one noticed that splits in the edge. No one will judge. Everyone will judge, but it's fine. I know it's fiction, but what time period of combat is this relevant to IRL? So it's easy to understand since I don't play. Medieval, I'd say. Like, dwarves are very similar to Fight Kings in a lot of ways. The Gobbos are very similar to tribes group. I'd say it's late medieval. Late medieval is a good example. Yeah, late medieval, early Renaissance. So bows and stuff are still quite common. You still got some areas that are a bit more tribal, in the way they are. But you have some areas that are much more civilized and even early modern, with access to engineering and even early steam engineering. Black powder's a new thing. But black powder's not too new. And then there's dwarves with helicopters and stuff. And then there's also the elves who are all in classical period. Like the high elves very much feel very Greek, very ancient Greek, with their hop-like formations and spearman formations and now I'd definitely say early Renaissance, late medieval. You have weird technologies, but that's just fantasy type stuff. You got goblins. I like these night goblins. They're cool models. They're cool models. Yeah, it's fine. Look at our little Gobbo boss, though. Look at our little Gobbo boss. He's got some arrows on his back. He's got some arrows down here. Got his big bow. He's got a big knife. He's got a big nose. He's got big ears. He's got a big hood that goes blah, 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 blah. And he's got, oh, he's so tough. He's so strong. He's like, do you think this Mr. Man here could beat my Gobbo? He probably could beat our Gobbo boss. He could probably tear our Gobbo boss to pieces. Yep. Yeah, Bretonia is straight high medieval. They know guns exist, they just don't want to use them. They love the cavalry charges too much. And what are you gonna do? Take away the cavalry charges? I'd like to see you try. Oh, and then you got the Vats and miniguns. And the nukes. Yeah, the Skaven. Yeah. Yeah, muskets are also rifled weapons. Like the Hockland long rifles are actually based on the long rifle that appeared in the 1700s, which was an actual rifled weapon. And also they're called long rifles because they're rifled weapons. So it's Skaven. Nah, I'd nuke. It's true, they would rather nuke. Oh my gosh, I made a weird noise. I need a stretch. I need a drink though. I need to hydrate. Yeah, We got one of the dwarven helicopters, actually. Give me a moment. I can grab a dwarven helicopter. Also, they got flame cannons. It's a big metal thing. Literal metal model.
Your Highness, why do our men fight to the death for our amusement? Surely they'd rather start a farm and raise family.
Here we go. Here we go. Helicopters. Helicopters. Big cannon. Dawn, GFK, I'm back. I'm back. Your Highness, why do our men fight to the death for our amusement? Surely they'd rather start a farm and raise family. Ew. Ew, who'd do that? Big cannon. This is called an organ gun. Empire is basically Land's Knight with Da Vinci SD machines. Yeah, it's true. No, Tilia is that. Tilia actually has a character named Da Vinci. Or very similar. Oh yeah, I forgot this actually moved. It moved. It moved, yeah. But here's a gyro bomber. It's a helicopter. It's got a little dwarf sat inside it. It's got a big steam cannon. Actually, no, that's a blazing fire cannon. And then it's got like bombs all along the edges. And then you got this gyrocopter, which has a little cannon on the front and some tiny little bombs. And this one seems to be broken. Its propellers just look like they're about to smash apart and break. But it's fine, don't worry about it. Soda hydrate, because who needs 2 kidneys? Come on, Cupcake, speak. Is Cupcake speaking? Cupcake, you didn't break, did you? Cupcake! Emote 8 for say. Oh, emote first. Yeah. You have to do the say at the beginning, sorry. Otherwise, Cupcake won't understand. But it's for him. There we go. There we go, we got a gyrocopter. No, the real job of these guys is to shoot stuff down like gyrocopters. And stuff, but you know, the dwarves have all these big cannons and gyrocopters. Ahoy hoy! Attacking the pile of same today, yeah, we built 20 of the 40 night goblins. And then we made them fight 16 dwarves with great weapons. And we killed 7 of them before finally running away. They lost 6 gobbos in the process, ran off the battlefield, but they still killed 7 stinky dwarves. 7 stinky beardlings. Yeah. Where's my big guy? Let me get my Troggoth out, also known as a giant. Yeah. Goblins get access to stuff like this dude. They don't need all this advanced technology like rifles and guns. They've got a big man with a big nose and big ears and a big hammer, and he's stolen a dwarven relic. Yeah, and he's also got mushrooms going on his back. And he's got a big spider on his shoulder. Look at that little spider. But look, he can just smash it out of the sky. Oh, yeah. He's here to protect the Gobbos. Also, we got like orcs like this. We're just covered in massive armor plating. Like, look how big these dudes are. Next to a tiny little Gobbo. Well, we got a big base first. And just look how big they are. Tiny little Gobbo. Look at that big armored head and that big shield. A big shield is like the size of the Gobbo. And that sword's like the size of the Gobbo. Wait, the boss in this squad has a big sword. Big man with a big stick. Technology, yeah! Let me introduce you to Saigo, because hitting people at range with a small car-sized boulder is hilarious. Yeah, even a boss with that big knife is not as big as... But this guy's on the same side most of the time as the Gobbos. And look how big he is. And he's just a normal... Well, he's not a normal orc. He's a black orc, also known as an odd boy. So he's an orc that's actually really skilled in combat, bigger than a normal orc, and he's covered in massive armor. He tears through dwarven warriors like nobody's business. Takes a cannon just to take him down. Mushrooms on its back is packed snacks of those hard smashing sessions. They are! He's got a little microcosm on his back. Look at it all. And barnacle. I don't know where he got barnacles from, but he's got barnacles. And he's got big footsies. He's got big feetsies. Look at his feet. Oh, what's he dragging behind him? He's dragging behind him. A bunch of screws are wrapped around his foot. A rope with screws tied to it. Oh my gosh. And he's got mushrooms growing around him too. What even is this? What's this? Oh no. It's something. A frog? Let's zoom in with the camera onto what this thing is up about. Focus. So I'm manually focusing it. There we go. What is this thing? Looks like some sort of lizard with stuff growing on it. Or maybe a beetle. Hard to say. Lighting's not great. Oh no. Are kids eating fungi? Yes, pretty much. The fungus that grows around the orc is the fungus that usually grows around goblins and orcs are the actual same, come from the same spores that come from orcs themselves and goblins. Squigs are also related directly to orcs and goblins because again they come from the same spores, and the spores from a squig can also produce orcs. So yeah, although this isn't an orc, I believe this is a troll, and I don't believe trolls are actually related directly to orcs and goblins. I don't think this guy's a mushroom, for instance. In fact, they have troll hags, which are female trolls, very obviously female trolls. So I suggest that these guys probably breed naturally anyway. The mushrooms growing on him are probably orc mushrooms, but he eating them wouldn't count as cannibalism. But if a goblin ate them, yes, it's cannibalism. Oh, I do like this dude though. He's a dumb... Oh, he's got a cannon. He's carrying a cannon with him. It's a rotted, broken cannon, and mushrooms are growing out of it. Oh, that's nice. This is a cool dude. I like this dude. I like this model. It's why I built it. It's why I decided to get it for my Orky army. Because I just use it as a... the stats I use of this is a Chaos Giant. And I give it for upgrade to give it regeneration. And I ally it into the army rather than actually have it as a normal thing. And I use a Beastman rules to get hold of it. Because otherwise, well, actually, if you use a Chaos Giant, you can armor it up, which represents how tough a troll is. And you can also give it regeneration like a troll would have. So it's actually much more accurate than just using the giant stats within the Orc rules themselves. But you can just ally it in, and you can use a proxy. I use a proxy of a Gore Rider, not Gore Rider. What's it called? Oh, there's a giant. There's the giant boar riders, the grunter riders or whatever they're called. I use one of them proxying as a Gore in a chariot warlord, so that it can be allied in. If we play with previous editions, then I believe there is a stat line for him within the Orcs army list. That's perfect, but you don't need to. I love these dudes. I need to paint more dudes, but I've got too much stuff to build. Actually, from above, it looks like there's an indentation there when it's actually a point. But anyway, thank you for coming to the stream. I've overrun just a little bit. And we didn't build as many gobbles. I'll build some off stream. I'll just watch some stuff. Actually, I need to get made thumbnails tonight. I need to make thumbnails. I need to do a schedule for streams. Friday's definitely going to be a collab. Because we got a collab planned. It's a really big Among Us collab. There's loads of people there. There's like 12 people. There's actually going to be 2 sessions. I'm going to be in one of them, but for others at a time where I can't join because it's the middle of the night for me. And I'm really excited for it. Also really anxious about it because it's like my first proper big collab. I don't know most of the people there, but it's fine. I'm going to do well, hopefully. Well, that's going to be Friday. I don't know what else we're going to do. I might do more Halo, I might not. I'll definitely do more Warhammer. And I'll look at some games. There's some games I've been looking at. No Man's Sky, if it is, and Project Zomboid are 2 games I'm definitely thinking about. I've also got one of the Necromunda Underworld that we need to play. And I also want to play more Hollow Cure. There's definitely 3 streams I definitely know what I want to do. I also want to do a work-along, so that's 4 streams already planned. Maybe we won't do a Handcam next week. It depends. I don't know. Or maybe I'll do another... If I can find the time, I'll try to do a member stream. It's just hard having the time for a member stream. Maybe I can do it on Thursday. I meant this Thursday, I just used to rest and relax. And actually, I should have been making thumbnails and stuff. Took some time, but No Man's Sky is finally a good playable game. I've heard various things about it. If you've got customizable ships and like ways to make bases and stuff, and like if it's really good, does it have survivor mechanics in it? Like, do you have to eat, sleep, and drink? And can you get diseases? Because if that's the case, it's great. I want to play. Is it moddable? Can you add mods to it? I need to do all of these things. I know people who play it. So I can ask them. Oh, I just dropped my model. No, come back here, model. I've got you. I've got you. I'm always worried when I'm leaning over if I end up putting my head accidentally on camera. Look how big this dude is. Look how big he is. He's so big. He's bigger than everybody else here. His sword alone is as big as that Troggoth. His foot could stamp on the Troggoth. Stomp, stomp, stomp. I've only played a vanilla game, but I believe you can. Ooh. Stab. Dodge. Swing with a hammer. I'm back. I'm back. Stab. Dodge. Dodge. Oh my gosh, it's so fast as someone so big. Stab in the hand. Ah, my hand. Stab in the arm. Ah, stomp. Stomp. Stab. 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 You barely hurt me. Regeneration. Spam. Ah. Spam. Oh. Spam. Oh. Ah. Oh. Oh. I'll call it a truce. A draw. That's her by me. Nom. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look, I got toy soldiers. I'm gonna play with them like toy soldiers. Man, could you imagine? How would Gobbos with an organ gun work? Like, can I give my Gobbos an organ gun? Do you think I can get away with having an archer squad and having one of, you know, those space fillers? Space fillers, Team Grey versus Team Painted. But Team Grey versus Team Grey. Do you think I could have, like, turn this into, like, a unit filler for Goblin archers and just have, like, some Gobbos all over this thing and from stuffing arrows inside the barrels? That'd actually be really fun as a unit filler. Anyway, I need to say bye-bye anyway, don't I? I'm sorry. I keep saying bye and then just continue streaming. I'm bad at this. It's up to, I want to yap. I want to play. I don't want to leave you guys. I want to shoot you. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, bye-bye. Thank you for coming to the stream. Love you all. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Love for Organ Gun. And remember to work hard, play harder, eat good food, sleep well, dream of cupcakes, but don't eat any cupcakes as a friend's not food. Goodbye. Love you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Wait, is anyone to raid into? No, never mind. Okay, bye-bye.